Good morning, everybody. Sorry about the delay. My computer decided that my mic and my headphones did not exist, so I had to do some quick troubleshooting there at the beginning. My apologies for that. But I hope you're all ready for more of our Diablo 4 playthrough. We've got to get ready moving on, because we still have all of Hawazar and the rest of Chaldeum to get through before we're done with the base game's story. Rogue, Brown Bear, Diamond, Tenwin, everybody, welcome. We are suitably demonic. Windows update, you mean? I mean, it's like a 50-50 chance of that. I did notice when I was doing some work yesterday that my computer went out of sleep mode on its own. So yes, it very well might have been YouTube. Oh, right. We were in the middle of this one. I forgot about that because the quest broke at the end when we were last doing stuff. Well, here's hoping it doesn't do that again. Here's hoping. I have to head off a little earlier for the work shift today. No problem, Lord Brownbear. Hope your new job goes well. Thank you for swinging by while you can.
It feels worse here somehow. This must be the place.
Well, hopefully the quest does not break this time or we're going to be having problems. All right, search the foul under crypts. All right, and stay away from the door because breaking the door before the quest properly updated was what broke the quest before.
I haven't fought much since I was a young man.
All right, break the warded door.
I've lost the grit for it.
There we go. Company Donan to the Black Tomb of Sankakur. You got me playing Diablo 4 again. I like the changes they made with the Necromancer. I have not looked at the Necromancer skill tree, but the Paladin skill tree changed dramatically from what they had before the official drop of the expansion. I got a feeling that part of that was because of how utterly broken the Paladin was prior to the expansion. There are a few quests you can break due to too fast. Yeah. No, like that's the thing, Rogue. I do appreciate Diablo 4 for what it is, and mainly it's a game I can turn my brain off to. I like an ARPG that I can turn my brain off to.
Hatred persists, strong enough to attune the Soul Stone. Creation dan tenis beri dis tom hiklimon. Damn it! What's wrong with it?
I was about to say, I could have sworn there was like a mini boss fight that shows up here. Yep, a manifestation of hate. No. I'll get back here. Goodbye. Almost there. There we go. Nice and simple. All right, but then it still gets to go for a little bit longer because it's the whole shadow enchanted thing, which is an annoying fix. Mephisto's not here. Yep. I like brain off during play, but I enjoy the character building part. Oh, yeah. I'll say the jungle in Act 3 of Diablo 2 is one of the only times I straight up felt lost traveling around. Oh, yeah. Act 3 in Diablo 2 is a bitch.
Come on. Come on.
Because the previous two acts, you can kind of get by with trace the area, like trace the outer walls of the area, and then work your way in to finish exploring. You can't really do that with Travancore and Curast in Act 3 because it's more like a weird interlaced grid of areas.
Know how to repair it.
We'll need rare materials, quicksilver to start, and tools, alchemical tools. There's a village near here. We'll see if they have what we need. Meet me there when you can.
Gotcha, Donan. Keep these quests coming. There we go. Quest progress saved. Good. Good. This won't break on us again. Oh, right. Hello. Forgot to summon you. But yeah, like, and to be fair, Lord Brownbear, the jungle that you're talking about is down here. We'll even, in fact, this is Act 2 or Act 3 of Diablo 2 right here. This is the town that you land in Diablo 2. I do like that as a nice little callback. I do like that. Now, where do we need to go? Steadfast Barracks, Ironhold. Okay, Donan wants us to come over here. And Lorth wants us to come over here. Now, both of these quests I remember taking a surprisingly long time to get done. So, we'll start with Donan's. Even if it is massively fucked up. Yep, they describe the port as the only place being uncorrupted. Yeah. I mean, there are some implications even back in 2 that Curast itself managed to survive, but it was completely cut off from the rest of the area. And then I believe Travancore, which is the city you explore at the end of Act 3, is over here, or was it? No, it's right here. It's right here. This is the only one I was kind of disappointed in. Is, like, yes, I get that Travancore is completely covered in corruption and all that, and it's been 50 years of the jungle just wearing down most of its architecture, but to have the ginormous city that was Travancore, as it was usually shown in Diablo 2, be reduced to this was a little disappointing. Like, I would have hoped that it would be like its own subzone, I guess. Like, it doesn't have to be that big, just bigger than this. Those spots on the map you haven't explored bother me. Well, get over it, Tenwin, because, I mean, to be fair, wait a second. The only ones really are in Zarbonzet and the very bottom of Hawazar. And, like, 2 spots in Curast. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Hey, Kataka, morning. Morning. What was I doing? Right, Donan's quest. Moving on. Brain got fried there for a second. I want to see how... can we get through all of Act 4 today? Maybe. I'd like it if we could get through the vanilla story today, but I think we might come up a little short. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, aside from computer troubles, good morning so far. And hopefully it'll continue being that. Oh. Depends how fast you can work those tootsies. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, I don't like using the mount system, so I know that I'm slower than I probably could be. Vaporized. Kaboom. Nope. Be gone. I do feel like eventually I just need to get like the cost of Hell Fracture down enough that I can just spam it more reliably. Once I do that, this build should fully come online. The other problem is just the Doom is such a short range spell. I wish Doom had just a little bit longer range. Nope. Stop. What was that? Trying to write a Pathfinder one-shot for some new players. Lost my ability to build sessions at some point. I'm not sure when. It just happens sometimes. If you're... Any skill that you don't use for a long enough time is eventually gonna just sort of stagnate. Probably could play for Warlock. It feels clunky. Like, I get what they were going for. They definitely wanted a character that had a lot more, like, weird synergies. Which I think is partially why so many of the abilities have a third version of them that changes fundamentally how the skill works. But I think they did it a little too much. Like, I don't know. I think they did it a little too much. It's like we have the complexity, but we need to dial it back just a hair or two. Like, I don't know. And the fact that, like, first of all, you have this bullshit, which I did take a look at Metamorphosis. It gives you an entire new skill bar, which that seems a little counterintuitive to, hey, we want you to learn how to use all of your abilities. Oh, by the way, you can make an entire build center on Metamorphosis where you never touch those abilities ever again because you have a completely different set of abilities. It is funny, though. I mean, to a certain extent, but I can also see why it would be annoying as hell.
I'll say it once more. Whatever it is you're looking for, we don't have.
Donan, why are you bothering this lady?
The town doesn't seem to have anything that we need.
Summon
We're a
succubi
village in
because
the
I
middle
can.
of a swamp.
There must be something. I can feel the magic in this swamp, and where there is magic, there are users of magic.
If a witch is what you want, go to the tower then. Fire's lit, she's home.
See, Donan,
Sounds
that
as
wasn't
though
so
we go
hard.
to meet the witch of the swamp. Be on guard.
Yeah. Let me unlock this first. Hold on.
She's been gone for so long.
And there's only one side quest to pick up here. It's fine.
Now you mind yourself, Senna. Witches are about
Hello.
to get...
They're dying. You must be the new attendant sent to help. Go ask
I'm
the
not,
other
but
elders
I'll
for
help.
their thoughts.
Okay, ask the other elders. Well, we'll get to that later. As I said, I'll do side content that doesn't have any dialogue or anything later when we're not doing stream time, because we'll just want to make progress. Admittedly, we are pretty damn close to max level, so we're probably going to hit max level before the end of the campaign. Sup?
Thaisa? You're the witch in the tower?
Horadrim, I thought you journeyed to the keep.
Yes. Well,
Hello, we need some help repairing the soul stone because Donan's having issues.
And why would I help you?
well, we all want Elias dead.
We do. But fixing the soul stone, that is about Lilith, and she does not concern me.
I don't need much. Just Quicksilver and the tools you have there.
Such small asks rarely remain so. Surely you must know this. But
I was
you
about to
did
say,
help me
I've
survive
never,
on
like,
Balor's summoning.
it's weird because Thaisa in the rest of this
tools are
arc
yours.
is fine, but in the
You
initial
will have to go to
reintroduction,
Valtha for Quicksilver,
it's
though.
like, you do remember
Find
I
her,
saved
and she
you
will give you what you
twice
need.
for being used as a human portal for Andariel, right? Like, maybe don't give us so much lip on this. Like, I understand disliking Donan. The Haradrim don't exactly have the best reputation, but seriously. I hate this guy, but his mistress that is the cause of everything? Nah, not my beef. Yeah.
Sister in trade and service. But don't think that we are your witches from folktales. Valtha is no potion dealer. Tread lightly with her. Because I have chosen to. You will make Elias mortal. I will be there to collect his debt.
Simple. Works for me. You want any body parts by the end of that? Maybe his head, maybe his ears. Something to, I don't know, throw on a voodoo doll or something.
The Haradrim have studied the Soul Stone for generations. I have studied it for more than 20 years.
Is this the place where the Diablo
There
3 Witch
aren't
Doctor
enough
comes from?
books
I
in
believe that is the
Sanctuary
implication, yes.
to contain what we don't know about it. It will take a miracle. But that's what you expect from me, isn't it?
I mean, it's kind of what the Haradrim are expected to do, unfortunately.
Well,
Yes, Haradrim. What do you think of me?
I've been... My life has kept me in Skull's Glen for many years now. I haven't met anyone like her, you, since before my son was born. Strange as it may sound, you remind me of what it was like to be young, to adventure,
To encounter danger?
to believe I can defeat it.
Yeah, dude's kind of at a low point. Oh, yeah. Sorry about your son.
Yes. Yes,
It is
I
a little
am too.
awkward because he did tell us to leave after the fight with his son, and then, you know, we haven't talked to him since then until we go and grab him for this.
Raised Yorin to be a scholar rather than a soldier. It doesn't matter.
It would, dude, if you'd raised him to be a scholar instead of a soldier, Lilith would have found it even easier to jam a soul stone in his head. Come on, man. Alright, where are we supposed to go now? What's that? Escort Nevin as he travels to his... Okay. That's another side quest we can get to some other time. Maybe it would have been harder if he'd become a mage, who knows? I mean, the power difference wouldn't have changed much. Sorry for disappearing after saying those awful things. I know it was hard watching me die in front of you, so I sought aid in the swamps with Hawazar. You were right. Nothing could be done, but I had to try. Please don't hate. Well. Yeah, this place is depressing. Like, Hawazar in general is just depressing, but swamps kind of have that feel to them. Yeah, sometimes I feel like they spread out the enemy packs in the overworld a little much. And then vengeful spirits just appear out of nowhere, because fuck me. Be gone. Juicy, juicy experience points. Oh, hi. Why was that poor Skullface wear that iron thing? It looks like that arm will cramp up at some point. Oh, that's just a bound demon. Welcome, Ysalis. Ysalis? I swear to God, I'm probably going to mispronounce your name 1,000 times. That is, what was his name? Valok. Right. That was from the Warlock class quest, where we, why is my brain blanking? Right, we dealt with the other Warlock, and then he was stupid enough to make a deal with the demon that the demon actually had power over him, and he got dragged off to hell, and we had to kill the demon that he summoned. And that demon is now being bound here, because it sucks to be him. Hey, Rogue! Thank you for the gift sub to Salis. Hot damn, man. Thank you very much. It's a 100% fantasy name, so there's no correct way of saying it. That's fair. Still, I try. I do try. The Cinder Waste. Oh my God. Okay, Rogue. Jesus Christ, man. Being a Giga Chat over here. Thank you for the subscription to Diamond as well. Hot damn, man. There we go. Rogue just flexing on everybody. Hot damn, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If I remember correctly, she's up here. Pretty sure. I vaguely remember this quest. At the very least, I remember mostly where to go. Everything must explode. Ah, you son of a bitch. Let me out. Ah. Bloody control effects. Everything must explode. Skull Knight from Berserk works as a selectable character in this game. I mean, I could see it. You could definitely build a Berserk character in this. That's for damn sure. Honestly, Diablo might be the one setting that almost gives Berserk a run for its money in terms of how fucked it is. Berserk does have better writing, though. Like, that's just a guarantee. The cauldron reeks of demonic fire, sulfur, ash, and blood. How could my character even smell that? Because that's all I do. You'd think my character's nose would be completely inured to that smell by now. The prophecy lives in my dreams. Sanctuary falls and I along with it. But Elias says there's another path. With Lilith, I feel a connection with her. Deep in my bones, I know she is the answer. Oh, no. What my sisters do not understand is that we have more in common with Lilith than with her enemies. The tree may exist outside the eternal conflict, but we do not. Our survival lies with the mother of Sanctuary. Berserk is more fascinated with extreme shock as well. Diablo doesn't really include SA, for example. Yeah, but Diablo's not trying to write a world that is that has those things. Also, again, I told you my personal theory as to why Andariel is the Maiden of Anguish. So, you know, just because it's not definitively stated doesn't mean it doesn't happen. That's what the talismans are for. Demon deodorant. And also, to be fair, Tenwen, as someone who's read Berserk, there were a couple instances early on where you could claim that the essay was for shock value, but by and large, when Mura used it in the actual writing, it was not for shock. It was legitimately, this is how fucked up this world is. These things are not going to stop just because this is a fictional setting, and this is part of the reason that Guts is the way he is. Do you like running my Necromancer as a vampire? I wish the fucking melee Necromancer worked better, because I've tried doing that, and it's awkward. It's very awkward trying to play a scythe melee Necromancer.
Thaisa has unknowingly sent you to your death. In the end, she will see the foolishness of her pursuit of Elias, and she will know that Lilith is our future.
Oh no, another person whose ass I'm going to have to kick. Nope. You're going to explode.
More
Everyone
ashes
must
for the
explode.
cauldron.
Oh, she teleported. Where'd she go? Stop wasting my time.
You cannot escape the fire.
You know, it's kind of telling that my character's wearing a helmet where he can't really see much. And every time I go all out with all of his abilities, I can't tell what's happening on the screen either.
In the tree.
Purified Quicksilver, don't need the blue items. Oh, her corpse teleported after she died. From what Divinity showed in its trailer, it might give Diablo and Berserk a run for their money. Yeah, that was... I don't think anybody expected that trailer. I don't think anybody expected that trailer. Holy shit. Berserk is my younger brother's favorite manga, but he insists he wouldn't recommend it to people because of how prevalent depictions of rape is in it. Yes, especially in the early portions. And even after Mura tones down the actual depictions, rape is still central to 2 of the characters' like traumas. So it's not like you can avoid mentioning it. Sword of Berserk Guts Revenge on Dreamcast was still an amazing game. I've seen footage of that. It's also sad that that's like the only time Berserk has gotten a good game adaptation. Here's hoping they'll land it with Divinity 3 after learning how to make RPGs with Baldur's Gate. Yep. Brutally honest, Divinity was gross, but nothing unusually gross. Humans sacrifice while people burn alive, while souls scream in torment, while animal beasts people, ? Rape each other? I'm not so sure, Tenwin. Because somebody slowed it down frame by frame and they're like, that woman is having sex with that lizard man. Like, they broke it down frame by frame. It's like, that woman is having sex with that lizard man on screen in that trailer. And we have no idea if it's consensual or not. While people watch, including children. Like, I'm sorry, but... Trailer for Vessel of Hatred's expansion for Diablo 4 more ick me than the Divinity trailer the Vision IRL has. Oh, as far as body horror goes, yes, that trailer does an amazing job.
Place the purified quicksilver in that bowl on the table.
Hey, Tysa, your sister tried to kill me. Wait, can I not talk? Yeah.
Even
Oh, really? We
more
can't tell her
restless
that?
than before.
He's lost a son, and inside his grief chips at him every moment he refuses to face it.
Like, yes, I'll give you the Nirel vision is pretty gruesome. I'll be honest, Divinity 3 isn't off color with how dark the original Sin series and Larian's writing can get, but the sexual themes were new. I mean, who knows? Maybe Larian took the wrong, message from Baldur's Gate 3. They liked the horny, more horny. Oh God. Well, I mean, we say that, but then there was also the massive complaints right when Baldur's Gate 3 first launched, where everyone's like, "Damn, why are the companions so fucking horny?"
And how was my sister?
Voltha chose Lilith over your friendship. Elias convinced her to join him.
That can't be. She would have known not to trust Elias.
It wasn't Elias that seduced her, but Lilith. She found her ideals convincing.
Putting it debauchery, painting it as a bad thing, at least that's what I felt. Yeah, well, bad, or at least soul scarring, or at least corruptive in some way. I mean, something like that. I personally just out Larian can write dark. Maybe just me, but all the Divinity games as well as Baldur's Gate 3 had this tone that doesn't really make things that dark by comparison. Yeah, there's a very tongue-in-cheek for a lot of it.
I've seen my allies throw their lot in with Lilith.
Like, they can do dark moments. Like, I would argue that the very final run of Baldur's Gate 3 from where you have to choose between Baldur and the Prince of the Githyanki, everything from there to the end, to like the epilogue, is actually really dark. The Absolute's invasion, its attempt to mind control everybody, people just transforming into mind flayers in the street, the warfare in Baldur's Gate, having to make the choice of, do you condemn the only person who is the chance for the Githyanki to have a future that isn't under Vlaakith to a fate worse than death, or do you take that punishment on yourself? Like, that whole arc is very, very well done. But can Larian make an entire game out of that kind of darkness? I am not sure. Afternoon, welcome 90.
Turn the wheel twice.
Turn the wheel twice.
Or is it 3 times? Give it another turn. What am I forgetting? The sulfur. Grind it in the mortar.
Where is it? There it is. The definition of dark is different from person to person. For me, Original Sin was plenty dark. I have not played either of the Divinity games, so I do not. But Jesus Christ, Rogue. My man is just flexing on everyone right now. Hot damn, 4 gift subs? Good lord. My dude.
No, it's not working.
Donut is having a freak out moment.
Speak to me outside.
I told you. I told you. I'm not the man you want or need.
I just gotta give props to Donut's voice actor. He probably delivers one of the best performances in the game.
He is not up to the task.
What can we do?
I suspect he no longer trusts himself.
I mean, would you,
We
if
cannot
you blamed
erase
yourself
all
for your
his
son's
doubt.
death?
But his most recent grief, his son, there is a way. He won't enjoy it, though.
Why help him? You could simply leave us to our fates.
It's like, didn't you just talk about how you didn't want to be part of this?
Reminder every now and then that you can defeat danger. You only have to try. Haradrim, come here.
What? Why?
I want to take you somewhere. A place of old power in this swamp.
It's the same as
I
people that
think
insist
it will
Veilguard
lose
was
some
dark
good.
because it had dark moments. Dark moments does not a dark game make. Oh, I agree. It's about consistent atmosphere and tone. Pillars of Eternity 1 is darker than Veilguard, even if Veilguard goes out of its way to try and have moments that are darker. I agree. I agree. But I was pointing out that if you did want an example of Larian writing a well-done, like, dark segment of story, I do think the final chapter of Baldur's Gate 3 is solid. But I have to agree, can you stretch that into an entire game and make it work? Well, some writers can and some writers can't. DOS 1 in general was sort of a fluffed up theater of fantasy themes. DOS 2 with moments like the above and other things could be very dark. Yep. Hope with Divinity 3 you'll be able to play the lizards. I loved how they look. Again, I've seen gameplay footage from Divinity 2, but I have not played more than like the tutorial. Where are we going again? Oh, right. My brain is just not functioning today. Didn't help that I was delayed by like 5 minutes getting into stream because my computer didn't want to recognize my microphone. But no, I'm optimistic. Oh, right, we already read that. Same reason that I'm optimistic with Owlcat doing Dark Heresy and with their Expanse game. I'm hoping both of those will be very good. Divinity keeps how different the races were in DOS 2. They don't seem very different in the trailer for Divinity 3. That might be some D&D 5th edition creeping in. Gone. Ow. Bloody wasps. Why are the insect enemies in Diablo always among the most annoying? This is discrimination, I swear. Cinematic trailer's not much to go on. Yeah. It's kind of pointless to speculate at this point because there's just no way to know right now. There just isn't. Hello! Mr. Zombies. I would like to destroy you all, please. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know. Some people probably would find it very samey, but I just find Hell Fracture to be a very satisfying skill to cast. Just everything explode. Everything explode. You explode. You explode. You get an explosion. You get an explosion. Everyone gets an explosion. Which is why I'm really hoping that we'll run into some legendary items that actually have effects that affect this, because they usually do a pretty good job of that.
Why do we go to this place? There's nothing left for me to do.
Okay,
Can't you see
Oprah. Elves were interesting because they added a lot of extra lore with their racial ability. There's the first game with a playable lizard race that did not look like a dude with a mask on. Oh. Cinematics aren't reliable 100% to feel conviction, especially as the lighting was so dark. Yeah. It's very clear that I think the trailer really just existed to be like, hey guys, this isn't going to tell you anything about the game, but this is the tone we're going for. Like, I feel like that was all Larian was trying to do with the trailer. Please don't mention 5th. I still kind of cringe at devs going, there's no evil races, everyone can become by default rather than you creating a good drow. You need to show the process of it, a backstory. Yeah. Well, and it also simply disregards the fact that in D&D, you are in a fantasy world. This fantasy world has gods. Those are definitive fact. You cannot argue with that. Some of those gods definitively create individual races. If those gods are evil, guess what? And it's not even like there aren't other parts of D&D where that's not the case. Eberron famously subverted a lot of expectations, but they did so by building a world where it made sense. In Eberron, orcs are the shamanistic, druidic, like, nature people. And elves are Mongolian fucking warrior culture. But it works because they actually explain it through good world building, because this is not the same fantasy setting. Oh, right there.
Do you feel that?
Most refer to the silhouettes, but I agree it's probably not definitive what they'll look like in the game, bro. Ah, okay.
Valtha brought me to this place when I was younger. Here, you can face your demons.
Evil god, totally cute and cuddly things. I mean, the funny thing is that is kind of how kobolds became, like, adorable in a lot of people's eyes, was people thought the tiny little reptile things were cute.
And what will you do instead?
Even though they were made by an evil god.
Nothing in this swamp
It's
is
like,
free, Haradrim.
people still found them
Not
cute.
even your
Pathfinder
magic.
kind of did the same thing with its version of
Whatever logic
goblins.
you think will win the day,
Like, not necessarily
you are
cute, but
mistaken.
like ugly cute with
Where
the
is
with
your
the Pathfinder
sense of
goblins.
adventure? Huh? Not buried in your youth, is it?
You can kind of get away with it when it's something like a goblin or a kobold. You can't do it when it's something like a gnoll.
Something you hold dear.
When I see a pic of accomplished adventurers who are in wheelchairs, perfectly deaf for something,
Our
you're proud of
friend
it.
here will
For
collect
fuck's sake,
two
you'd have an
things.
adventure, you need to explain why
Magic
XYZ
icon
did not go to a
and
local
yellow
temple and ask for a
notice.
major restoration spell. Yep. I mean, am I the only one? Am I the only one who remembers back in like the early 2000s internet culture where it was like, oh, the munchkins, the min-maxers, I'll give up my ability to walk in order to throw my weapon better so that I can hit harder. And it's like, well, then what else? How are you going to walk around the dungeon? My character has a strong enough upper body that I can carry myself on my leg. Like, did people forget that we used to make jokes about people making disabled characters in order to get more shit, like feats and stuff? Like, did we just forget that used to be a running joke in D&D from 2nd and 3rd edition onward? Gnolls are cute. They're not. What I'm saying is that you can kind of make the goblins and kobolds like ugly cute. You can't really do that with gnolls unless you're a very specific furry artist. I'm sure there's some out there who can make that work. Ah! Stop running me over. Goodbye. So long, farewell. All of you must explode. You and you. A lot of modern D&D treats races just make the game easier to play. They don't want consumers having to put thought into their character, just make whatever you want to play. Which I can at least understand a certain level of that in terms of like, let's make it so that different groups of player character races have different types of attribute bonuses and not just the same bonus across all races. It's like, I can come to somewhat understand that. We see that even in Pillars of Eternity. It's like, oh, there's different subsets of humanity and different subsets of elves with different racial abilities. Okay, that's fine. But then they just made it where it's like, oh, you can just select whatever you want, wherever you want, in any stat bonus you want for any reason you want. It's like, okay, so you've literally removed the entire point of having racial choices at all. That seems counterintuitive to your role-playing game, but okay. Cute gnolls and a furry artist, easy peasy. Recall one or two artists who can pull it. Oh, I'm sure they can. I'm just saying that if you want a dark fantasy world, you should not be making your gnolls. You know what would be amazing hero in this universe? Elric of Melniboné. I mean, every fantasy series gets an Elric at some point. Like, fuck. It seems to be a common thing. There's the enemies. Boom. Kaboom. Come on. Sometimes I don't like it when the game does this. When Diablo 4 has a nasty habit, like, we're gonna send them at you a wave. No, just, I have AoE skills game. Just send them all. Send them all at me at the same time and let me just annihilate everything on screen in massive fiery explosions. Who's this Elric? He's referring to Elric of Melniboné, which is from the, oh, what's his name? Shit, I'm blanking on the book author. Fuck. He was a contemporary of Tolkien, but he wrote it. Michael Moorcock, thank you. He was a contemporary of Tolkien. Well, not contemporary. He came just after him, but he was very much kind of the first one where he's just like, okay, I'm not going to do Tolkien-esque fantasy. I want dark fantasy. I want stuff like that. He's where the Chaos Star from 40K originally came from. Like, that is the symbol of chaos in Michael Moorcock's work. That's where Chaos in 40K got the 8-pointed star from. Straight up. Like, Chaos in its early invocations in 40K ripped so much from Michael Moorcock's work. They probably just pick a druid and shape a lot. You could. I mean, I've seen people play characters that use, like, disguise self ritually just to fuck with people. As items you're ready for requires endgame dungeons. Oh, do you need, I'm wonder ties for builds I run. I'm just not sure if I can give them to you while they're dropped. You're not being a party. I'm not really looking for anything specific. We're just playing through this to play through it, 90. I wanted to do a full run of the story now that Warlock is out, mainly because I wanted to see if the Warlock's dialogue was much different. There's a few that have been different. I'm hoping when we get to the expansion content, there will be more. And then we'll get into the actual recent expansion once I get through all this. Trust me, I'm not going to be making Diablo 4 like a regular rotation on the channel. I just wanted to do this with my brain again. I just wanted to do this with the expansion being out. Where the fuck is the Yellow Lotus? I thought we went through this place. Don't really mind suffering a trauma, wounds. An adventure with an eye patch or being one-armed is cool. It's just that wheelchair specifically is questionable. A hovering throne for a crippled wizard, excellent. An artificer that's lost their legs, riding in a mechanical harness. Yeah. A rogue in a wheelchair, now it's just, yeah. Make it, if you're going to have them have that, make it actually fit the character. Hell, we can tie this back to Pathfinder Kingmaker with Jubilost, because Jubilost literally is this trope to a lesser extent. Jubilost has eye trouble. He still wears normal glasses. Your character can even bring up, you're a famous adventurer. You're wealthy beyond imagining. You could easily go to a cleric and have that fixed. And Jubilost is like, yes, but having the glasses reminds me of my history when I wasn't rich, and it connects me to many of my readers who aren't rich. He does it purposely as a, some would call it a virtue signal, others would call it living by his principles, but either way, it's at least internally consistent for the universe. He at least acknowledges, yes, I could go to a cleric and get my eyesight issues fixed, but I choose not to. And I have a reason. It's a logical, if emotionally driven reason, but at least it's a reason within his own mind. Mura was inspired by Moorcock, which helped make Berserk. Not surprised by that. Almost all fantasy in the modern day traces itself back to either Tolkien or Moorcock. Like, there's no getting away from it. And then a bit of, oh shit, who did Conan the Barbarian? Why can I not remember his name? I can't remember. Fuck. Artificer with no legs but a metal spider for locomotion. An alchemist with a no alarm grafted in place of the one he lost. Yes! Make it fantasy! For God's sakes! You're in a fantasy world. Make it fantasy. And maybe make your class combinations that have disabilities make sense. Like, what is that meme image that makes the rounds on Twitter every now and then, which is like the barbarian in a wheelchair? And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. How does he work out his legs? His legs do not work. You lost your legs, barbarian Dan. Oh, really? More invisible enemies? All right. Everything needs to die. If I could just get the cooldown down a little bit further on that, I could keep it, I could basically, if I get the cooldown down long enough, I can keep all three of those up at the same time. That would be nice. Honestly, we just need more hovering magical thrones. I wouldn't be adverse to that either. Would not be adverse to that either. Not even gonna lie. It just has to work within the universe, and it has to work within the bounds of your setting. Like,
Good. Make haste. The Haradrim tires of waiting. Set the swamp's gift in the pot to brew a tea.
wizard riding on a floating magical throne radiates aura. Yeah.
Waste of your time.
Or just a mage that lost both arms in a failed summoning. Learn to cast telekinesis at will to make up for it. Yeah. Or maybe conjures, maybe they use telekinesis to float objects in place of their arms that form symbols that they use in place of the somatic components. There's ways to make it work. But that requires people to actually think about it and not just be like, my character's disabled, but he's actually not. And it's like, okay. what's actually funny is you do see some of that in 5th edition, like the Kenku. I've seen people play Kenku where they legitimately, like, I can only use words that the Kenku has actually heard, because Kenku can't actually speak. They just mimic sounds. It's like, if you actually commit to the bit, that is a interesting as hell way to do a character. And I think it was another one where it's like a great way to do a villain too. I saw, oh, it was the guy who did the animated spell book, where he would do little shorts on individual spells. He also talked about one of his campaigns. One of their main villains was a Kenku who would taunt the party in the party members' voices by mimicking their voices. That is a great idea for a villain.
Do you see the braziers? Light each of them. Then we will drink the tea.
But again, that requires you to, for lack of a better term, it requires you to commit to the bit. If your character has a disability, you have to actually play within the bounds of that disability. Don't just hand wave it away and say that magic handles it.
For the swamp to call
Created a
out to your
protest of
soul
Loviatar. He
and
claimed he was the
draw
goodest guy under the
what's
sun. His
left from
patron,
you,
do not mind
like
being
poison
guy.
from a wound.
Wait, what? Some dude who created a I'm having trouble parsing what you're writing here, 90. Patron did not being a guy who mimetically saves kitchen. Oh, I'm assuming a warlock. Which I guess, I mean, there are celestial, oh, priest. Good as kind of, this patron did not mind being, I'm still, okay, but that does, I'm still confused what you're saying, 90. I'm still confused. Oh, Donan, it's time for you to go on a trip, buddy. I hope you're sitting down, Donan, because you're about to go on a trip. Loviatar the BD. Oh, the god of pain. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. It's a conflict of character design versus what they're actually playing. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Donan, I did suggest you sit down, buddy.
Oh no, they're coming.
No, I love how both me and Taisa are just sitting down, and Donan is like, I told you to sit down, buddy. You're going on a trip, man. It's not a good one from the sound of it.
Father.
Yorin, my son. How is it possible? My son. Please come back to me. Come back. I shouldn't have let you go. I should have said no. I should have kept you with me at Eldheim.
Why did you let me go?
I don't know.
Well, it does not sound like that god is evil per se. Well, it's not just BDSM. If I recall which one it is, it's literally the infliction of pain on others and yourself, and they do not take consent into account, Isalis.
I did. And I do again.
Stop. Just...
Father. I'm ready.
I mean, if there is one beneficial interpretation of this scene, it's that Yoren's soul being able to say goodbye like this means his soul was not damned eternally to hell. Which means while he wasn't able to resist Astaroth, he was able to prevent his soul from being ripped down into hell when we defeated Astaroth.
Portal. Mephisto.
He's just the god of sadism.
Times.
Oh.
What in the hell does he want?
I mean, I don't know. I would have to read more into how that god works to see if you'd ever be able to come up with a decent idea for that.
You back.
Hello, Mephisto.
Look at them. So consumed by their emotions that they forget what really matters.
That wolf just talked. Yes, say hello to Mephisto, the aspect of hatred, the primeval of hatred. Sup, dude?
Why you're so afraid of her?
This is just one of his many forms.
My fate is tied to yours.
Too cute
If she
to hate.
devours me, sanctuary sanctuary.
If pure evil, why friend-shaped? I mean, it is missing half of its head.
Have a chance to stop her.
And most of the skin on its
What
paws.
if I opened a portal for you out of this swamp? Let the Horadrim deal with Elias. He is their sin to bear. You and I can work together to stop Lilith.
That sounds like a stupid idea.
I know who my real allies are. My friends. Take me back to them.
I was hoping the Warlock would have a slightly different line for that.
The day of reckoning will come. And your true friends will
See, like, the Warlock quest shows that one of the central tenets of their organization, well, loose
take the
organization,
portal
is
back to your
their main driving
ally.
point is that you do not allow the demon to hold the leash, basically. So I would have liked it if the Warlock had interpreted it a little less power of friendship-y, but again, I'm mainly hoping the better writing for the Warlock is in the expansion content. I'm not expecting them to change too much. Tormented demon, are we friends? Fuck no, you're my slave. The Horadrim aren't the only ones trying to stop Lilith.
I wouldn't put your hope in Inarius.
I
if
mean,
that's who you mean.
yeah, broken clock and
The
everything.
angel
Even
was my
Mephisto's right here.
prisoner. I have seen his true face. He and Lilith are not as different as you might think.
I mean, they were together for a millennia, so it doesn't surprise me.
The angel was already filled with hate when he became my prisoner. All I did was refine his anger.
The guy who I tortured for thousands of years,
When he
I'm sure he's
escaped
reliable.
Back to your world, he brought it with him.
I do like how Mephisto's just like, dude was fucked up before I even got my hands on him. Trust me, he's only gotten worse.
Lilith prevails. You only have yourself to blame.
Yes, yes, doggo. Be back to burn you later. Oh, we leveled up. This will max out Doom. Why not?
I don't know yet. He wandered around for hours until the tea wore off.
As I know it wouldn't work due to being an RPG, but man, it would have been so cool to actually have a choice here for an evil ending. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem, is because of the nature of the genre, there's no way they would have done that, Tenwin.
As the Horadrim
Like,
did.
they just wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be lying.
But I'm sure
I
I'll see
mean,
them
he
again.
could be, but at the same time, we've seen what Inarius did. Doomslayer, yeah. Like, that is part of the problem, Lord Bramber. It's like, again, within the context of the universe as well, the first thing Inarius did when he got back was refound his own religion and then immediately go to war with the only other major human religion left. That's why this is all that's left of the Paladin Order. The Paladins and Crusaders, who once traveled across the entirety of the world, helping to keep human settlements safe everywhere they went, has been reduced to this. A crumbling castle in a swamp, as they're looking in the wrong part of the world for their founder's grave. Like, the first thing he did was trash the Zakarum, who were pretty much the only unifying force humanity had left. Inarius is not on our side. I'm gonna have to agree with Zoltan Kuhl from Diablo 3 on this one. The heavens and the hells are humanity's enemy, because
Let us
both of them
begin.
want us dead in this game.
Mix the quicksilver in the pot.
Mix the quicksilver in the pot. Where is it? There it is.
And the fire. Turn the wheel twice. No more, no less. Now grind the sulfur. Carefully.
Don't mix quicksilver in the pot, dude. This stuff is toxic. I mean, to be fair, we mixed it in the pot. We didn't touch it. And he is using it to repair a soul stone, so, you know.
Sulfur. Careful. Now stand back.
The vapors of the stuff alone are toxic? I'm sure. They have their own language. The implication is if I remember correctly from the Diablo 1 manual and some of the supplementary information that we've seen of magic throughout the Diablo series, every mage clan kind of has their own language, or at the very least like a trade cant that they use. But because the Haradrim were formed from members of every single mage clan that would join Tyrael's organization, their unique, like, cant is a mixture of pretty much every single mage language in Sanctuary. So even when they interact with non-Haradric mages can pick out individual aspects of Haradric, but they can't get the whole thing because these mage groups never shared their knowledge, because the whole thing with the early mage clans was that they were very insular and did not share their magical secrets with one another. The Haradrim were the exception because they drew together every magical group on Sanctuary to build their first organization.
Come to perform this act of magic.
Perhaps not. But still.
Enough. It is done. Let us not tarry.
Yes. We have our task at Zakarum Keep. Let's finish this.
That is kind of the point. Yeah, we are working with quasi-divine, quasi-demonic magic here. Like, some of the ingredients being toxic is not exactly a surprise. Alright, so I believe... Yes, now we have to go do the other half of Act 4 with Nyrel and Loreth. But yeah, so it's kind of the same thing where, like, alchemists and other things would always encode whatever they did. The various mage clans encoded what they talked about. The Haradric, because they drew on all of the different mage clans, were able to combine them into a singular sort of trade language of sorts for them. It's also why Haradric magic is slightly different than everyone else's magic, and it's why Haradrim has never been, like, a class in Diablo. Are the Soulstones unique? Can they make new, or is that lost magic? So, the original 3 are unique, because they were formed from fragments of the World Stone itself. I do remember reading up on this, because I was confused about it too. Donan was a Soulstone specialist when he was learning under Tyrael. And specifically, Tyrael gave him access to Zoltan Kuhl's research on the Black Soulstone and the creation of artificial Soulstones. That is what he has. It is the Soulstone he has is an artificial Soulstone, but refined, because he's been building off of Zoltan Kuhl's research. The problem is that as was clarified in, I believe it was one of the supplemental materials for Diablo 3, the original 3 Soulstones were the only ones that were perfect Soulstones. Theoretically, they could contain the primevals forever, provided there was no damage or no mortal interference. Artificial Soulstones, however, are always temporary. And even if they work for a long time, they are not guaranteed. Is that a surprise? Emitting high energy particles would be more what I expected. Divine stuff. I mean, the angels do radiate light, but the question, I mean, the angels do radiate light, which by modern scientific definition means that they are emitting radiation in some form. It's just not harmful radiation. But yeah, it is a quasi-lost magic, Tenwin, because Donan is the first person in centuries who's been able to do it, and Zoltan Kuhl basically made the prototype in the Black Soulstone that we used in Diablo 3. The Black Soulstone was also unique because Zoltan Kuhl used a variety of, shall we say, less than ethical means of acquiring it and empowering it. Means that Donan was not willing to replicate because, you know, he didn't want to be a monster. Gone. I said beyond. Sanctuary is some level of fucked up as the evils can't be contained permanently. Yep. The original Soulstones at least had a chance, but we all saw how that worked out. Light is funny. It's both an energy wave and a particle. Well, in this case, the light are actually tentacles that come off of their backs and they stab people with them. Which I will admit, I do love how they do angel wings in Diablo, because that is really cool and a very unique idea. Leave me alone. Look at all these snakes. I hope nobody has a fear of snakes, because we're going to be fighting a lot of them in this area. Gone. So long. Farewell. Avidas and goodbye. Ibs. Also the faceless thing. that's okay. Like, I'm kind of indifferent on that. I feel it's a nice touch. When, I don't know, it's a nice touch for some of them, but then you get Imperius who's wearing like a full helmet and it looks just better than it would be with a cloak. Tyrael's one of the few, I think, who pulls off the truly faceless angle well. And that's, I think, because he's more emotive with his body language in the animations we have of him before he becomes mortal. Ooh, channeling try. Anyone like to spawn in so I can use it? Yes. Boom, boom, kaboom, kaboom. Really? I hate it when they give you a shrine and then there's no enemies.
Place to come seeking knowledge.
So if the evils are creatures defined by a specific nature and sort of slaves that nature, are the angels similar in that sense? Yes. Yes. It's important to note that the more powerful an angel or demon is, the less they are defined by it. So the less that they are enslaved by it, but the more that it comes to define what they are. So as I said, for example, Mephisto is able to contain his hatred because he is the Lord of hatred. He is the embodiment of it. He's a prime evil of it. But it still influences his every thought. At the end of the day, Mephisto truly, deeply despises all of creation and existence. All of it. Everything. From the lowliest demon in hell to the highest point of the high heavens. He hates it all equally. This is also why, once Tyrael experienced human sacrifice, he had to cast the vote to not destroy humanity. Originally, Tyrael was on the side of Imperius and wanted to annihilate Sanctuary and all humans on it. But when he watched, I believe it was Ulysses, the last of the great Nephilim, sacrifice himself to save humanity, Tyrael came to the conclusion that killing humanity would not be a just act. And as the aspect of justice, he refused to be part of that genocide. Would Mephisto love anything, loving anything make him powerless? No, he's just physically incapable of doing so. These are not humans with true free will in a sense. In fact, there's multiple implications in Diablo 3 that demons and angels are bound by fate to do what they do. They don't have a choice. Humanity alone has choice because it is created from both angel and demon. Speaking of which, we got a 2-minute ad break right here. I know everybody is enjoying the gift subs from Rogue, but I'm going to run to the restroom real fast and I'll be right back. But yeah, for everybody here, I do still like to take my breaks during the ad break, even when, I mean, I know people like having their Twitch subs and all that, so they don't have to sit through ads, but at the same time, having the short break just to stretch, go to the restroom, refill my water, it helps. It helps. I don't get how some streamers, I mean, I'm starting to understand why some streamers will stream for like 5.5 hours, and then they'll be like, okay guys, I gotta go to the restroom and take a break, and then they're gone for like 15 to 20 minutes. Like, I get it. I would rather just take advantage of the ads and do something valuable with them. I do not Trust me, if we go to an ad and either you don't have a sub, or even if you do, and you walk off to go get something while I'm also walking off to get something, I don't mind, man. No one likes the ads. No one likes the ads on Twitch. No one likes the ads on YouTube. Nobody likes them. I'm just trying to make do with what I can while keeping the monetization on the channel. Because as we all know, you can turn off everything monetization-wise on your Twitch channel, and sometimes Twitch will just play ads anyways. Because they hate you. All right, let's keep moving.
Another set of eyes, at last. We've been searching for Timaway with little success.
All right. She's over here. I do remember this area. Ooh. Diamond fragments. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Everything must explode, spiders and snakes alike. That's a new skill. I don't remember them being able to do that. What does that do? Oh, well, it's dead, so I guess it's not going off.
Do you think Elias knew?
Well, Nyril was going to say something, but apparently the game decided to cut her off. I don't know why. Can I re-trigger the dialogue by any chance? Or are you guys just stuck? Nope. Okay. Well, so much for that. Whatever she was gonna say, she's not saying it now. Whoa, okay, that was some massive lag spike. What the frick? Hello, we are here to talk to Swamp Witch. Hello, ma'am.
Only two kinds of people come looking for old Timor. Those running away from trouble, and those running toward it. Which kind are you, I wonder?
Technically both, I suppose. Oh, by the way, Dota's rituals failed, the soul stone was damaged, but
I never doubted his mastery of the stone. It's his state of mind I'm worried about. He'll need my help for his next go at the ritual.
I mean, we did send him on one hell of a trip. I think that helped. We're hunting a man named Elias.
Never heard of him.
We think Elias made a pact with the swamp to become immortal. Thaisa said you could help it.
Thaisa. Only she would be cold-hearted enough to send a child to die out here.
We've no intention of dying.
One of you will. That's the way it always ends. Go back where you came from. I won't have a child's blood on my hands.
I saw my mother possessed by Lilith. Driven so mad, it killed her. I'm not a child anymore.
So be it. If this Elias made a pact, it was with the Tree of Whispers. There are many paths to reach it, but the nearest is in Ingovani. A sacred incense is kept in the temple there. Retrieve it, and your path to the tree begins.
Thank you.
Go to Engavai.
I do find it hilarious how polite Timaway is in both the main quest and the side quest that you do for her. Like, woman is literally rotting in the swamp and is just still perfectly fine to have a conversation with you. Find the town of Ingova. That is over here somewhere. More snake people. Set them on fire. Huh. You know, I never really looked at their skeleton, but they actually do. For some reason, I half expected them not to animate the, or not to model the skeleton, like the tail part at all. Oh. Bloody annoying suicide bombers. Go away. Kaboom. Means she's losing her humanity. I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, that is how the swamp works. But, like, it is just kind of funny where... It's just funny that you go across most of Sanctuary, and most of your interactions with people in the wilderness are, oh god, everyone wants to kill me. And then you have old woman witch in the middle of the swamp slowly rotting, like, alive. And she's probably one of the more polite people in the entire game. Ow! son of a bitch. How dare you stun me? There we go. Yeah, you'd think she'd ask for help. Well, the whole point with the witches of Zarbinzent and Hawazar is they're very much like, we take power from the swamp, and eventually the swamp takes us. It's very much a magic system that's whole idea is just being bound to nature. Like, the Tree of Whispers is a great example of that. You can get all sorts of power from the Tree of Whispers, but when you die, you get to be part of the Tree of Whispers. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts there. Oh, you son of a bitch. There we go. I think it's more of a case of she knew that this was going to be the result. Now, to be fair, the swamp can be an asshole because we also encounter some people who get cursed by the swamp or quote-unquote blessed by the swamp who didn't make a deal with them. And that's a bit of a dick move on the swamp's part, not gonna lie. Also, I will say, this entire zone does remind me of Grim Dawn's first act. Mainly because Grim Dawn's first act takes place in a swamp, basically. Or at least the first half of it does. And there were also snake people in that.
These
villager.
bandits will not leave well enough alone. We have
right, we have to get inside the
swamps for as long as anyone can remember.
Investigate. Oh,
but
yeah.
now violence comes into.
The door bears an image of a snake. Her eyes are missing. Perhaps returning them here is the key to opening the way.
It totally does. Yeah. Maybe I should play through Grim Dawn. We could do Grim Dawn and just, like, that is not a priority. I have so many things on my list, but I kind of want to play Grim Dawn. If only because my favorite playstyle in Grim Dawn is just to play Demolitionist. Ah, yes. Evil eldritch abominations from beyond the stars. Cthulhian beings and cultists abound. That's cool and all. Check out this bolt-action rifle, numbnuts. Bolt-action rifle and Molotov cocktails fueled by hellfire. It's one of my favorite, like, dichotomies is just every other class, magic, 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 might, 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 and then you have the demolitionist that is just, I like to shoot things with a gun. And blow things up with a grenade. And there's just something so intensely satisfying about that being your protagonist in a post-apocalyptic fucking nightmare Cthulhian scenario. Solomon Kane would be proud. Yes. The Puritan. Alright. Just gotta go grab the second one. Now, to be fair, actually, Solomon Kane would be... you'd probably have to go... You'd go Demolitionist Inquisitor, because the Inquisitor lets you dual-wield pistols and enchant those pistols with elemental damage. I'm sorry, did you sacrifice yourself to summon a weaker version of yourself? Because that's pretty sad. The best magic in the game, gun. I don't want to do the events. I already have more than enough experience. We're already in expansion territory, like level-wise, and we're not even in the first expansion yet. Be gone. More enemies. All of you must explode. You know what? I'm just gonna start. This thing stays on for a decent amount of time. I see no reason not to use it. Of course, I say that, and then there's no enemies. This is why I suck at managing cooldowns. Ow! Dick! Hate instant stun abilities. There we go. Really? Did you have to summon a dozen of these things behind me? What the fuck? Oh. Random NPC fighting guys. I was wondering why there was bolts just flying out from the other side of the screen. We're on the hunt for some artifacts. Where is the serpent's left eye? Oh, sweet! You all spawned on top of me. That makes my job so much easier. I do love that in games like this. Haha, we've ambushed you. Oh, really? Because all I see is people who are in shooting range. The Hunter and Diablo is basically the same, just a pair of crossbows and a lot of anger. Yeah, but it's just not quite the same. It's not quite the same as bolt action rifle. Just, also, I've always been more of a fan of, if you're going to do the fantasy gun concept, I would much prefer rifles or like supersized crossbows as opposed to dual wielding hand crossbows that make no fucking sense when you try to explain how in the hell you would reload the things. But that's just me. What's up, Bandit?
The villagers, those fools.
Kind of weird to see this build,
to see build
this one, which into explosions all screen when cast.
Death found them. It's the
Probably
way
one-handed
of
crossbows with
thieves.
the draw strength of a toy. Yeah, pretty much.
Hear them still, their warnings. 4 of us are dead now. And I am soon to follow.
No wonder you died, dude. There's only like 5 of you. Most of the bandit groups I encounter is like 50 people in them. You guys need to up your game. Or you would, if you weren't already dead. I love convenient targets. Yeah, don't we? Yep. It's like, oh no, the enemy ambushed me. Activates all of my abilities that only function when the enemy is within 5 feet. Be gone. One big crossbow would not make much sense. Reloading such a thing takes about 30 seconds if you're trained. I know, but I prefer it just in principle. That's all, Usalis. Like, if you're going to make it in that kind of setting, I would prefer that feel to it rather than crossbows that don't, that just would not function. Hand crossbows were already notoriously under strength when we have the few historical examples of them. Don't make it so that they're now rapid fire, which has to reduce the strength of it as well. The Chinese figured that out with the rapid fire crossbow that they made. Which, yes, it could work, but the draw strength on the actual arms of the crossbow was notoriously weak. It was meant to pepper enemies with no armor. It didn't have much of any armor penetration at all. In other words, much like throughout most of Chinese history, it was designed for fighting mass peasant levies with no equipment. And not people who actually understood armor, like all of China's neighbors. Ah, stupid bloody stun. 40 or 50 is the same mortality rate depending on who they bump into. Yeah. Go ahead and slot these back in. And then we have to do a dungeon. Gasp, is this a Fallout reference? No. I've kind of gotten sick and tired of people who think everything is a reference to everything else. Meow. That one Wrath of the Righteous quest. See, but that was actually a somewhat fun way to do it. And it's sad that like we used to applaud subtle references. Now we're just happy when game developers don't wiggle their eyebrows and be like, do you see what we referenced? Did you see what we referenced? Like, at least the Wrath of the Righteous one was just, yes, this is a Fallout reference. Isn't that cool? Aside from the forced turn-based area that they kind of forced you into because the layout of that place was a goddamn nightmare. But hey, that's the combat designer, not the actual quest designer's fault. And also, they wouldn't, let's be honest, the Owlcat devs would not have gone, what? No, it's not a Fallout reference. Why would you think that? No, they'd be like, yeah, it's a Fallout reference. Fallout is a great fucking game, isn't it?
Every few years, we play host to migrants determined to join our settlement. And every few years, I must preach the laws of the swamp. All things in the swamp must be earned. Nothing is free. Nothing is given or gifted.
I hate that.
And to our God, we pay the ultimate tithe.
Okay, so the snake cultists have been crazy for a long time. Or if it was so blatant, it was more impressive how much OG Fallout lore they used for it. Yeah, and the fact that they found a good way to explain in-universe how a Fallout reference would even work in Pathfinder. Really? Another one of you? You son of a bitch. All of you must die, all of you must die. You'll burn in this hole in the ground. Goodbye. It was mostly experimental initially. Another example, they tried to make a multi-barreled heavy rifle to barrage the deck of hostile ships. Yeah, you had several of those. The one firing it should have broken with its shoulder broken nearly 100% of the time. The muzzle flame is so massive that often set the sails of your own ship on fire. Yeah. Multi-barreled weapons, at least in the early days, were only really usable at very small calibers. Attempts to increase the caliber size early on either led to catastrophic failures of the weapon or just unintentional side effects, like as you said, Solace. Now, you did have some pepper box guns that were quite effective, but they also followed very small calibers. They were not meant to be lethal. They were meant as a deterrent. And often in places where having a full-size firearm, even a pistol, was simply not feasible. There we go. They're all them. Ooh, diamond. Almost missed you. Gimme. It's also why the blunderbuss started getting developed as well. Time to head to work. See you next stream. No problem, Lord Brember. See you on Friday. Thanks for swinging by. Hope your work goes well, man. Yeah, I just wish it had slightly longer range. I need to reduce the wrath cost on this a little bit as well, because if we can do that, if we can get the wrath cost down just a little bit, I'll be able to pair them off a little bit easier.
This must be it.
Look at all the eggs. Look at all the eggs. Who wants some scrambled? Oh no, we got stunned. Hello, ma'am. Would you like to hear the good word? The good word is you die. Ow. You son of a bitch. All of you must die. Must die. Everything burns. Everything. Oh, good. Nope. Nice try. Ow. Ow. I hate poison on the ground. I hate poison on the ground. Ow. Enough with the knockbacks. Thank you. Goodbye. So long, farewell, you are dead, and I want my shit. Thank you. I want to have some scrambled eggs. I usually have scrambled eggs once a week as like my main protein meal. I'll have eggs in other meals as like a side, like deviled eggs, boiled eggs, that kind of thing. But every now and then I'll just have a big breakfast of just eggs and maybe some toast. Initial firearms were mostly weapons of fear and suppression due to being so horrendously inaccurate. Depends on the type, because that wasn't necessarily true. You had early arquebuses that, while not accurate by modern definitions, were certainly deadly. It's just that you needed at least some level of formation training in order to do so. In fact, the samurai of the late Sengoku Jidai are a great example of this. They still had fairly primitive arquebus designs when they were using them, but using them from behind cover and properly arrayed, they were actually quite devastating, especially against cavalry charges. Now, they got even more deadly when you had people like Oda Nobunaga who went, wait a second, why am I only teaching my samurai how to fire firearms? I could teach these peasants how to fire firearms, and I can teach 1,000 of them to do it.
The ritual to summon Lilith would have been demanding.
People forget that samurai took one look at firearms and went, fuck yeah, give me more.
He expected to make enemies along the way.
The inaccuracy wasn't the biggest problem. Early cannons exploded more than they fired. But yes, the safety issue was definitely a problem. It's why the Turks favored their bombards, which were so massively over-engineered that it made them impractical to use in anything other than a siege. But they were reliable, unlike a lot of the early European cannons, which tended to just self-immolate.
Good, you found the incense. I'll keep it safe for us.
While you were gone, Timur warmed up to us. Well, to Lorath. He's surprisingly nimble with old women.
Heh.
No row.
She says there's an altar. That's what the incense is for. It's not far from here.
I mean, I knew you probably liked older women in your youth, Lorath, but those aren't older women now. Those are just your peers. Mashed potatoes are the best with seafood like salmon. I mean, I'm a mashed potato lover, so like you can pair it with just about any protein and I think it would work, but I don't know about salmon necessarily. I don't know. I've never really seen it used with seafood much, so. I just like all the explosions. That's my favorite part of the Warlock build I'm doing so far, is just everything explodes when I kill it. That is exactly what a Hellfire Warlock should be. Yeah, see, some of the people in the swamp, they're just wandering around. Like, they're not like Timaway. They don't, they're not even, they're barely cognizant at this point. Damn, now I want mashed potatoes. Or baked potato. Those are good too. Give me a good baked potato with some bacon bits, some sour cream. Just a little bit. You push that into it with some butter. Green onions. That's good shit. That's good shit. Yeah. Oh, hi. All right, summon them all up. Let's just vaporize. Really? 2 in a row? All right, you guys deserve this. At least I moved right where you were, so you had to still deal with me kicking your ass. I was stunned and still dealing damage to you. Get fine. Like a good homemade chicken curry. Not authentic, but you know. Yeah, I can see that. With noodles or rice, either works. I'm more of a fan of noodles. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of rice, unless it's just like regular fried rice. But fried rice is also way less healthy than regular rice, so. As per usual.
Why did Tyrael believe the Haradrim would be a solution?
We weren't a solution. We are... The world needs protectors.
The Haradrim are the only people who step up when the rest of the world fucks off, basically.
The incense should provide us with the path to the tree. What sort of path? I can't
Potatoes,
say.
boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
I can
Rice
say
absorbs
that
soup
the
really well.
time
Oh,
for
I'm sure it
questions,
does.
Tyrael, has
I'm well
passed.
aware, but I've just... If you're going to ask me what my preferred staple carbohydrate is, rice is not up there. Like, it just isn't. It's just not for me. I like my noodles. I like my bread. I like my flatbreads. I like my potatoes. Like, I'll eat rice, don't get me wrong, and I've had people prepare it really well. It's just, if you're gonna ask me what my go-to staple carb is, it's not rice.
They must have tracked our scent.
I mean, you say that, Laura, but they were probably just here. These things are everywhere, in case you haven't noticed.
When you're ready, light the incense. 2
drug trips in 1 act. Up the game. There we go. Light the incense. All right, everybody. I hope you're able to handle this better than Donan did. Supposedly potatoes is the best health-wise due to the most satiating carb. Yep.
Wait for the path to appear.
Get yourself some kind of protein, bake a potato, put some butter on it. Congratulations, you've just covered pretty much all of your macronutrients in a single meal. Done and dusted. Get yourself a multivitamin, get yourself some kind of vegetable to go with it, and you're done. You're done. That's all you really need. You want to hit most of your micronutrients and all your macronutrients? There you go. And yeah, it fills you up more. As opposed to pasta, which, let's be honest, some people can down pasta the way some people drink water. The enemies should drop more items and money. As the difficulty goes up, they do. Like, I think my main character has something like 680 million gold pieces on him. I think 10 would brag about having over 1 billion. Huh. You know, I never noticed that Lorith has a scar on his left ear. Like, a deep one. His ear almost looks like it was taken off.
Hey.
I never actually noticed that.
Wake
Multiple playthroughs of this game and I never noticed that.
I think it worked.
Pasta is very easy to eat. It is. It is. I mean, to be fair, bread is also very easy to eat. And once you've started making homemade bread, it's very easy to overeat.
But
I have like 1.6 billion. Yeah, not surprised. All right, Narelle, lead the way. Hello, Mr. Tragol, or the avatar of Tragol, or maybe like one of his kids, whatever. Great Serpent. Ow, I can't.
this creature, it's magnificent.
Bread has the problem is that it's 90% air. Yeah, which leads to you overeating. Very much so. I have had more than one day where the only thing I have eaten is bread. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed to admit it.
What are you talking about?
You don't see it?
It was certainly not a good decision. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm pretty sure I've told this story, but the first time I ever got blackout drunk, sorry, the one of only 2 times I have ever gotten blackout drunk, not an experience I would recommend, is I literally woke up with the worst hangover in my life, and I just told my friend, what do you do for a hangover? He's like, some people eat bread to help, like, deal with it. And my dumbass brain was like, I'm gonna go downstairs to the kitchen, and I'm gonna make me some bread. And I made myself a giant fucking loaf of bread, and then I just sat there on the counter and ate it like the fat ass that I was at the time. What am I supposed to be doing? I hate this area. Because the fucking aren't we supposed to go past it? Bread with cream cheese. If you toast the bread, cream cheese goes right. Oh, right, we have to go up here. I really hate this place. I remember once trying to get through this area when I was like short on time, and I was like, oh, I can definitely get this quest done. And I ended up having to redo this whole area the next day because I couldn't get through this stupid zone fast enough to get done with this place because it's so fucking confusing. I hate it. Really go for potatoes, meatballs, gravy. We're gonna all talk ourselves into eating stuff we shouldn't if we keep up with this. It's really empty. That is also not helped. Yes. Like, thematically, cool.
I see the serpent now.
Love how it took a little while for Lorith to show up.
A deer caught in a trap.
Watch out!
The enemy's spawning. Yes, there they go. Hello. Goodbye. Explode. Thank you. See, just spawn them all in, game. Just spawn them all in. You don't need to give me this whole delay of, oh, are they spawned in yet? Are they spawned in yet? No, just spawn them in. Let me kill them. That is the entire point of this game. Just spawn all of them in at once. Let me hit them with the AoE and let's move on.
We need to find a way forward.
Oh, there's an opening beneath the serpent. Just big enough for me. I think it wants me to go through.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, she's already doing it, Lorith, so you're kind of a bit slow on the update.
Follow the path.
Really sucks when all you can afford for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is water. Don't worry. Oh, dear. Please, Kataka, please be careful, man. Like, my dude, if you can, just, like, get yourself a jar of peanut butter or something. Like, that's fairly cheap, and hopefully that can, at the very least, it'll get you some protein. Just get a jar of peanut butter and eat, like, 2 or 3 spoonfuls. It's probably about the most calorically dense thing you can get for the cost. All of you explode. Oh, I hate those fucking things. Stop it. You need to explode. You all need to explode. Every last one of you must explode. No, I fucking hate. No, stop it with the stupid eye bullshit. Go away. Ah. Come on, Narelle, drop it down, please. Yeah, like, neither of these really help. guess that does technically help with bosses, but this doesn't help because the problem is the Doomfire Ritual only lets me have Hex on one enemy. So it's kind of useless. Like, casting Doom echoes 10% of its damage to nearby Hex enemies. Can't have other Hex enemies. Casting Doom on another enemy with a status effect spreads that status effect. Can't have more than one Hex. Damage, 1% increased damage for each second they've been hexed. I guess that's technically an upgrade, but it only affects Doom's damage, nobody else's damage. And generates 1 Wrath every 2 seconds. If your fight is lasting longer than 2 seconds, you've already have a problem with this game. Like, except for bosses, where that's not going to matter much anyways. I guess we'll just keep bumping up the raw damage on our ultimate skill. Free school lunches. My experience with Swedish school lunches was varied. They also had divine meals, potatoes and meatballs, gravy and lingonberries. Tomato soups. It was good. Missed those school lunches. Lucky you. School lunches where I was were not very good, but my mom usually made my lunches, or as later when I got older, I made my own.
Whispering.
It's the incense. Playing with our heads.
Like, sometimes you miss out on the good stuff. Like, the schools I went to had really good chicken. Either chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, or even, like, chicken slices on occasion. With, like, gravy. But then there were other days where you'd look at what the kids at the table had and you're just like, I'm glad I just have my PB&J and my package of Pringles.
Secrets like our thief, Elias.
Where's...
Birds of a feather. Perhaps that is what we need.
I hate this area. Because I don't know.
I lost sight of the serpent, but I hear it calling to me. Up ahead.
Working on it. Can we cross over here or one snake? Get out of here. No. Can we? I thought maybe we climbed on top. I know we do at one point. I've seen those examples of American school lunches. Those are sad. Most of them are, yes. Most of them are.
Though. Or is it telling us to wound it?
Clever thinking. So, who will stab at it to see if it will move?
There we go.
Look at that. Look at that. Ruthless. Flippant.
As I said, they weren't all bad, Tenwin. Like, there were some good ones, and of course it also depended on what school you were at, but by and large, no, they were not very good. They were certainly not. Here's the thing, I wouldn't even say that they weren't worth the price because they were usually cheap. What really was the problem is they weren't worth taking the time to stand in line to get them. They absolutely were not worth that.
Help me clear those dead trees.
That?
It's barring our path again. Keep a sharp eye out.
North. Goodbye. Oh, not these things.
Forget the snake. Just kill these things before they kill us.
Why is the enemy spawning? There we go. Don't spawn invisible enemies, damn it, game. It's the last one.
So many come seeking answers. So many fail. Will you die like these souls with a question still on your lips?
Where's the enemy?
An old drunk. The judge of what is
There he is.
We are real. And so is the Lord.
Look, it's moving.
Thank you, Darrell, for shutting them up.
To get the answers you seek, you must offer payment. A head for knowledge.
What do you mean, follow me, Rob? What is that?
They have another purpose first.
Back over here. Ow. Again, I really don't like this area. This is another one of those cases where it's like, thematically, I get what they were going for. Like, tone, I get what they were going for. The gameplay? Aggravating.
I know you heard the voices that time. Who are they?
I don't know. We can't trust anything here, but we need to press on.
I do think, actually, Tedwin, the funniest thing in regards to school lunches, the thing that really put it in my head, like, I'm really happy that I bring my lunch from home, was one day when a buddy of mine was eating his school lunch. I was sitting with him, we were talking. His dad came in just to say hi to him, like, off work, because the school let him do that. So, you know, he sat down, said hi, stayed for the lunch break. And the first thing he said when he sat down, he looked down at my friend's tray and went, wow, that's the same pizza I was served 30 years ago. It's like at that moment, I was just like, you know what? I'm really glad that I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm really happy with my peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now.
A path of scales.
Come on, Narelle. Get over here. Oh, good. We actually made it through relatively quickly. Or, guys. Guys. Okay, you're just taking forever. The pizza controversy? What pizza controversy? What pizza controversy? What?
Is that?
Welcome to the Tree of Heads.
The Tree of Whispers.
Well, Tree of Whispers, Tree of Heads. Pizza shit. They're an interesting NPC, but also kind of annoying that they're central to the plot.
Why have you come?
We're after a man named Elias.
Slippery, that one. He owns the tree. It deals in thoughts and insight in exchange for a head. He is the first of us to escape payment.
Will you tell us what you told him? If we can stop him for good, the tree can finally collect.
He sought the way to summon Lilith, but he made another stop on the way. To a place beyond the tree's sight.
That might explain his hardiness. I've damn near
I
lost
recall from
count of how
documentaries
many
and reports, the American
times
school system gets access to free pizza at some point for diverse reasons, but they had no good way to justify the pizza because fast foods. They went hardcore lobbying the government to rebrand the tomato as a vegetable. This pizza has tomato sauce in it, and they could argue that tomato sauce was vegetable, therefore healthy, they could put pizza on the menu.
Seek a coffin beyond
That does
the
sound like
wreck.
something they would do.
It would
That
take you
absolutely
where
sounds like
you
something they would
must
do, but I could
go.
also attest from personal experience, Tenwin, that
Secrets linger there.
kids would still want at least pizza on the menu, or at least for it to exist. Because it's not like we had it every day. They usually gave it like once every other week, maybe once a week at most. I think it was. I distinctly remember that there were some weeks when I was very young where there were some miraculous weeks where pizza was on the menu twice, and everyone bought school lunches those days.
If there are wrecks to search, they'll be on the eastern coast. We'll head there now. Meet us when you can.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't know why, but I like that Narelle carries an axe, but I feel like they could have given her a slightly better axe than just one that literally looks like a hatchet. Because kids are kids, they would want chocolate cake and milkshakes on the menu if they could get away with it. I know, but it's like the same people, including me, who routinely complained about the quality of school lunches, would still buy a pizza if we had the ability to get a pizza. Like, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. All right. Oh, I hate this place. Yeah, because he's going to send us out over there. And I still have not unlocked that waypoint. Son of a bitch. No, believe me. I know. I am well aware. But again, it's not like it was there every day. Oh, dear. Oh, that's a little disturbing. All right, I'm tired of the swamp. Or at least this part of the swamp. Let's get the hell out of here. Ooh. Anything? Okay, money. I'll take that. Iron chunks. So we should be able to be done. Should be getting close to the end of this part of the act. Then we can head back to Chaldeum. Will we get to hell this episode? Maybe? We might. But I don't know if we'll get through all of it. We'll see. We'll see. Got shit to do. Let's just keep moving. Because the sooner we're through the base game content, the sooner we get to the first expansion, and I can bitch and moan about Narelle. Not that she's a bad character, just that she's repeating the same fucking mistakes that we already know don't work in this universe. Again. I get why she makes those mistakes. That doesn't make me any happier that she made them. Oops. Oh, hi. Bye. Oh, zombies should not have ranged attacks. Oh, wait. I burn. No, just gold. Oh, hi. Oh, right. These are more of those nautically themed undead. I forgot those were in this area, too. All right, Lorith, Nyrelle, where are you?
Rothma's prophecy spoke of a serpent, right? If Elias knew that too, maybe he came looking for it. Did he ever tell you what he was planning?
No. By that point, he wasn't my student anymore.
What happened?
The moment Elias heard Rathma's prophecy, it poisoned him. He became obsessed with it. Prophecies are riddles. Not even the very wise can be sure of their meaning. But Elias believed he could solve it. And when I told him to wait, he called me a fool. Said we had to do whatever.
You tried to stop him?
Tried, yes, and failed. It'll be different this time. Let's find that damn coffin.
Yeah. Admittedly, can I just also say that a kind of a funny theory? Am I the only one who noticed that Elias's disguise that he uses in the original Diablo 3 or Diablo 4 trailer as the one-eyed treasure hunter kind of looks like Lorith? Like, am I crazy for that, Tenwin? You're the Diablo 4 expert here. Am I crazy for thinking that? Because I think that was intentional on Elias's part. I definitely think that was intentional on Elias's part. I'd have to go rewatch the trailer. It has been a while since I've seen it. No, oh wait. All right. Nope. Keep going. Thank you. Maybe it's possible. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like something Elias would do. Would be using Lorith's face to do something heinous. Like, speaking of which, will you do that side quest? I was considering it. I know you pick up the quest from Zarbinzet, and it goes off down here, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere down here, but I don't know where. Maybe. Because it is a side quest, but it is kind of... isn't this where we're supposed to go? Oh, right. Wait, no. We have to trigger the dialogue up here first, and then it'll tell us to come down here because we're a bunch of morons who need our hands held. There we go. All right, activate, please.
Any sign of it?
There's something at the far end of those ships.
I see it too. We'll have to cross the wreckage to reach it.
Also, here's hoping that... So, I have done this quest and the main story 3 times. Every single time this quest has broken on me, and I've had to restart the game to get it to work. So here's hoping that fourth time is the charm. Because I really don't want to have to restart again. Away. Nope. Right, we're gonna open the gate, right? That's the first part, right? There we go. Open the gate. Here we go. Fight these guys. Please don't break the quest. I am begging you. Okay, enemy's dead. For you. More enemies. For you. Up we go. As I said, I'm just paranoid because I have seen this quest so many times fuck up. In different ways every time, too. So, like, I don't know if Blizzard just fucked up on that or what, but they've refused to fix it. Jump over here. Fight these guys.
I think I can unlock the door from the other side.
All right, go.
Yep, Neyrelle goes and tries to do her thing, which she has done like half a dozen times already. We get to fight the enemies. Again, why don't you just spawn them all in?
Neyrelle!
Please don't break. This is where it usually breaks.
What was I thinking? Neyrelle.
It burns.
This is not good. Damn drowned.
My arm.
You've been infected. It's spreading.
I will give Laura props for this, because this is quick thinking.
We have no time. I must remove the drowned necrosis.
I don't understand.
He's like, yeah.
I'm certain she's dying. Hold her.
I do like how Laura's just like, nope, not explaining. I know what we need to do, and you're not gonna like it.
We have no choice. Now hold her.
It's like, this is gonna hurt. Also, can I just say that this shows that Lorith is actually really skilled with that halberd, because chopping through solid bone like that with a polearm is not easy. And he did it in one swing.
Rest now.
I do not have any gold. Jesus Christ, rerolling gear in this game is silly. Until you are max level 90, just don't even bother. You're going to be getting upgrades throughout the entirety of the game until you hit max level. Just don't even bother re-rolling or trying to customize gear that is not at max level. It's not worth the time or money. It really isn't. This seems cool. At the same time, Drown was never properly explained at all. Yeah, they just... generic zombie virus. I'm running Torment 10. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, Blizzard's just fucking you. Sorry, 90. Never mind. Blizzard's just fucking you. Okay, the game appears to have not broken. That is good. This might be the first time I can do this quest without it breaking. Gone. Ow! What are you fucking... There we go. There we go. No, enough with your teleporting spam bullshit. I said be gone. I'm at the stage of Herodrum Cube is your best friend and Enchantress can burn in hell. Oh. Yeah.
The edge of our sight.
I mean, it could be worse, 90. It could be Diablo 2, where you couldn't change any affix on an item. You could have an item that is 99% perfect, and then it has one last affix that is just destroys its usefulness entirely for your build. Wouldn't that be fun?
You see the way, don't you? Inside is the thing Elias hides. The source of his immortality.
Also, is it just me or is that a statue of Lilith behind the coffin? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, I don't even know what the Horadric Cube does in the new expansion. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm sure that's suitably broken the way it was broken in Diablo 3. Solid base for an upgrade. Proceeds to burn 100 million gold and 300 crafting material, constantly rolling immortal mitigation. Yeah, been there. I just need all res. Yep. Also, props to the voice actor for this scene, for all the characters that I played through this, because it always is suitably horrifying hearing your character realize that he's basically going to have to drown himself to get where he needs to go. Oh, my neck. Pop. Please pop. Oh. Oh. Hello, Elias.
Rathma, I have come to your temple. I know the answers I seek are within.
Long story short, you can get this prism, which you can dump in the cube, and it will add or re-roll affixes from the set. Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, as I said, I'm assuming the Horadric Cube's just another way to get even more power out of your characters. Because that is how it has been used pretty much all the time. I will see when I get to the new expansion content, which probably next week. Probably next week. In essence, the cube is kind of dumbed down crafting bench from Path of Exile. Oh, okay. I don't remember liking the crafting bench from Path of Exile as much, so we'll see. We'll see. Warlock is so squishy. Warlock is so squishy. Another reason, it doesn't really make sense why Doom is so short range if they made it so that... Because Doom isn't even like a demonology skill, which is the melee Warlock, because you're meant to be using Metamorphosis in demon form. So it's really weird that they made Doom such a short range fucking spell. I don't know why they did it, but they did it, and I have to deal with it. Hello again.
Every tome, every scroll, every book in this temple produces the same answer. The only being willing to stand against the eternal conflict, against the prime evils, was Lilith.
The day I'm done with this self-righteous bastard will be a great one.
Okay, that was a good line. That was a good line from the Warlock. Dude's just like, you're not supposed to let the demons have control. Dumbass, you're letting the demon have control. No, I don't care that she's the mother of Sanctuary. She's still a demon. You dumbass. I mean, he isn't wrong, because Lilith did want to stand against the eternal conflict by turning humanity into an army that could defeat both heaven and hell. Like, he's not wrong, it's just context. Open. Thank you. Wait a second, what?
Staircase is flooded.
Oh,
I need a way to cross it.
There we go. I was about to say, I feel like I missed something. I did. Stupid little cutscene. Oh, not cutscene, dialogue. Still. Yup. 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 Everything's gonna be explosions. You just need to go away. You just need to go with it. Ow! I can't see the poison effect. Like, seriously, how are you supposed to tell where this shit is half the time? It's the only thing I really dislike about how this build is working, is I can't see the ground effects at all. Also occurs to me, I haven't equipped an upgrade in a while. I should look at the stuff we've been looting here in a moment. Oh, yeah. Wow. Maybe I should equip the shit that I've been getting. Whew, okay. Yep, damage, please. Armor, max light. I lose willpower, but honestly, the toughness is better at this point. Nope. Oh, that's even better. There we go. Higher item, 20% movement rate. I'll take that. Rare sword. Is that better? Slightly lower damage, but higher willpower, which means better skill damage. And life on hit. Soup. No. Oh, damn. Yeah, I have not been paying attention to this. Also, gonna take a quick break here. Gonna go refill my water, and I'll be right back. See, as somebody who has a problem with carbs, Tenwin, soup was a good idea for me for a while, and then I realized I was also eating bread a lot with it, and I realized that that was not going to work for me. I do like soup, but I always tend to end up having bread with it, which means I end up having way too many calories. Oh, actually, that's actually better. Slightly reduction in toughness, but the +2 to doom is good. No bread, just soup. I know, but I'm one of those people who ends up being like, I just need it with it. There's a couple of soups that I don't do that with, but then I have other problems. Like, I love many different types of tomato soups, but I inevitably end up putting like crackers and stuff in it. Soup is a fun word. It is. Soup. What do you mean you're at soup? One of the best little fucking shorts that I've ever seen on YouTube. I'm at the soup store. Why are you looking for clothes at the soup store? It's the P sound at the end that pops so well. Yep. Soup. Oh, I have to find the rest of his echoes before I go that way. Ah. All right, Elias, where's the rest of ya? Also, I will say, hold on. Hold up. Too blue. Too glowy. Maybe. Oh, that I like. There we go. Fire sword. Whoever lives here really likes wine. I mean, I don't know if those are amphorae technically, but wouldn't surprise me. Rothma strikes me as the kind of guy who drinks a lot. This used to be his temple.
When the Mother of Sanctuary re-enters her world, it will change. But in the end, we will remain. We will survive. Rathma writes that when Inarius discovered Lilith's plan to overthrow the so-called natural order, he sealed her away.
I mean, he did a bit more than that. He slaughtered half the Nephilim that sided with her and depowered the rest.
Us out of this cycle, has fought to secure us our birthright. Sanctuary.
See, this is the question, and again, if they answer this in the expansion, don't tell me, because I don't want to know yet. Because in the books, they make it clear that Lilith wanted to elevate humanity up to the status of Nephilim purposely to conquer the universe. She wanted to use humanity as an army. The question is has she changed from that position by now to actually want humanity to find a way to survive? If yes, then what Elias is doing at least has some level of merit. If not, he's just feeding all of humanity into the furnace of war on a vague promise that a demon will keep her word. I'm also just gonna say it, Elias probably could have been handled a lot better by the Haradrim if Tyrael hadn't disappeared again.
Lilith, the Mother of Sanctuary.
So Lilith is the mother of the Nephilim. She is the first demon who gave birth to the first Nephilim. Yes.
Strong.
Rathma was her son with Inarius. He was the first Nephilim, the first half angel, half demon human.
The daughter of hatred. I cannot say that there is good in her. Morality is the privilege of people in better situations. We are beyond the question of good or evil.
The funny thing is, though, is that the existence of Akarat proves that that is not the case.
What will she do?
It just means that good and evil are not intrinsically connected to heaven and hell the way that most of humans in Sanctuary thought.
I must prepare myself for anything.
Lilith technically isn't the mother of all Nephilim, Ysalis, but when Lilith and Inarius created Sanctuary, both of them had followers that came with them, angels and demons. Those angels and demons eventually started having relationships with one another, which produced all the other Nephilim. An angel, after being made human, ditches his duty to do something else, even if Tyrael was doing his other duties. I'm shocked. Yeah, it was an orgy. I mean, given the nature of demons and the repressed nature of angels, I have a feeling that the first few months of Sanctuary's creation, I've got a distinct feeling, one, Inarius and Lilith probably went into whatever palace home they had and didn't come out for a couple of weeks. This implies that angels have genitals. I mean, yes, I guess, technically. I don't know. Who knows? Well, actually, no, wait, Tenwin, wait. What if those wing tentacles have another purpose? Huh? Huh? Lilith seems like the kind who'd be like, have you ever wondered about using those? As the classic, now that I know you as something else other than the enemy that tries to kill you, not so bad. No, literally, yes. Like, that is unironically what happened with Inarius. Admittedly, Lilith was manipulating him still at the time. She wanted the World Stone. She absolutely did. Like, make no mistake, at first, Lilith was totally down to just use and abuse Inarius. She basically groomed him. Dude had no defense against hot demon mommy, who wasn't trying to kill him. No defenses, no antibodies. But there is at least some implication that she came to care for Sanctuary and humanity, even if she didn't care for Inarius specifically after a while, especially when he started getting delusions of godhood because he connected himself to the World Stone and basically became one of the most powerful things in existence. Penis of light. Swings it around like a lightsaber. But yes, the end result, though, was Lilith trying to take the World Stone and Inarius trying to stop her. The angels and demons paired off again to fight. The humans picked sides. And then Inarius shut everything down, banished Lilith, killed everyone else, and depowered humanity to prevent them from becoming Nephilim. Completely different type of sword fighting.
Is this your finger, Elias? Bound to your life and squirreled away? So that you can cheat death?
I do like this concept for immortality, that he severed a part of himself, and so long as that part is still alive, he cannot be killed. I like that as an immortal. It's a lich by any other name in a way, but it feels a little more personal with it being a part of his body rather than it being an object that his soul is bound to.
No, I'm not going to die here.
Also, this sequence is a little terrifying when you really consider the implications. Like, yeah, no, we can try to run, but it's not fast enough. I wonder if you study the cinematics, is he missing a finger? I think he is. The better question is he missing a finger during his summoning of Lilith? I'd have to go back and see if his disguise has that too.
Still resting, but her fever is broken. I think she'll be all right. The road that comes after, though, we shall have to see.
I mean, hey, it could be worse. She's probably right-handed, so losing a left hand isn't that bad,
drifting in a coffin,
all things considered.
Clutching a severed finger. What happened?
Oh, you're referring to the Christmas truce, Ysalis. Yep, I am well aware. I wouldn't say that the war would have come to an end right then and there. While it is a moment of shared humanity that is honestly a beautiful moment if you know about it, it was not universal. Most famously, the Belgians and some of the northern French, you know, whose countries were literally occupied at the time. Famously, the moment the Germans tried to do a Christmas truce, they immediately opened fire on them. Shocking, I know, the Belgians who just watched 95% of their country get invaded and occupied by the Germans, who've been hearing horror stories over the last 6 months of how the Germans were treating civilians, can't imagine why they might not want to have a Christmas truce with the guys who they've been shooting at for the last 6 months. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful moment, and I do think it's an underrated moment of World War I's history that does need to have more attention. Sabaton did a Christmas song of it, which I think is one of their best performances. It's an amazing mix of like Christmas hymn and heavy metal. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that it could have ended the war. Like that, I'm really sorry. I think that's overblowing it a little much. All right, burn the finger, destroy his immortality.
Good. Let us end
now, what I do find hilarious is that unlike a lich, Elias does not know that you've done this until he realizes he can't revive. It's a beautiful moment that emphasizes that people don't fight for themselves, but for rich fat cats who never risk themselves in war. I don't like that indication, especially for World War I either, Tenwin, considering that proportionally the English, German, Austrian, and to a lesser extent Russian nobilities died at equal, if not higher rates than their common-born counterparts. Britain actually was suffering horrendous casualties to its upper middle and upper class prior to conscription at the end of 1914. And even after conscription forced vast numbers of regular citizens into the service, the loss rates among the nobility were still markedly higher than common-born. But that's what a century of it is a noble purpose to fight and die for your country. People forget that that was sold to the nobility in England as much as it was the lower classes. You have High Marshal High being immoral. Oh, yes. Not saying that there weren't incompetent, borderline treasonous, borderline cowardly generals and officers. There were. There are in every army, in every war. But especially World War I feel that it is slightly overblown, mainly due to some of the after effects of the war in the interwar period. The actual statistics on the ground is that a lot of the people who had skin in the game were on the line, and a lot of them did not make it home. That also partially contributed to the malaise of the post-war period between World War I and World War II, and led to the outright destruction of some nation state. The Austro-Hungarians lost so many, both of their common people and of their nobility, that, well, there wasn't an Austro-Hungary left by the end, really. Especially not once the various Slavic groups decided to fuck off. Or was it to say because there were machine guns now, but the tactics were still in a state where they were unaccounted for? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not even a case of, you do hear the quote of, what is it? An army of lions led by lambs, or an army of lions led by donkeys. A lot of those generals had solid, proven track records. Some of them didn't. Don't get me wrong. I think World War I, the guy who did World War I history every day talks a lot about some of the members of the Austrian general staff who were legitimately incompetent. But there were a large numbers of the French, British, and German high commands who had solid, proven track records, just not fighting other peer European powers. And when those tactics were used against peer European powers, everyone found out right quick that that was not how this war was going to be fought.
It wasn't a dream. My arm, it's really gone.
You'll get through this.
I wonder if that's the reason why Steiner commanders are considered incompetent.
Oh,
in Mech Warrior, that is one of the reasons. The other is that in the Lyran Commonwealth, it is written into law that a noble can buy a military rank.
To be left behind.
Which unfortunately leads to about 60% of the Steiner general staff having zero idea how a military functions.
Then we won't leave you.
It never crossed.
That said, the Steiners are well known for their amazing NCOs. Their warrant officers, especially their logistics systems, are truly top tier. It has to be in order to get hundreds of atlases to the battlefield. It's just that once they get there, the fucking Steiner generals can't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. We could get you a hook. I would see, there's an example, like Nyrel still is missing a hand by the time of the events of the first expansion. I would love to see them get her some kind of magical prosthesis or something in Skovos, or something even if it's just like a cap or like a metal cap on her arm so that it's not just a stub constantly sticking out. Something. You know what? Before we grab that, we're gonna make a quick run down here so I can unlock this waypoint. Not gonna do any of the side quests down there because there's a lot of them, but we may as well go say hi. Yeah, we're doing a lot of damage. We're doing much higher damage now. Ooh, much higher damage. And then you have Italian General Cardona and his 12 battles of Isonzo. Imagine storming mountains in machine gun position. Yeah, I don't even know if I can blame necessarily the generals for that. Some of it, absolutely, but Isonzo is quite literally, I've seen pictures of the place. Trying to imagine people fighting trench fights where the enemy is almost at a 45 to 60 degree angle directly above you is utter insanity. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop and burn to death. It's simple. Throw atlases at the problem. Problem solved. Yep. I mean, that is Steiner in a nutshell. That is Steiner in a nutshell. Or the joke of Steiner doesn't have light mechs. Steiner has ultra heavy power armor. I've seen that too. It's like, the Commando is not a light mech. No. The Commando is Steiner power armor. It's like, that is stupid. I love it. Stop exploding. I get to do the exploding. Stop trying to explode on me. Come on, give me more targets. Give me more targets. There we go. The Greed Shrine scales off how many enemies I kill, so let me kill some enemies. There we go. World War I is weird and bizarre. Brilliant generals detect a case of old nobility blood gets the general baton passed to kill people by the dozens. Yep. Or just a case of people not understanding. Again, there were a lot of generals that had proven track records and knew what they were doing. Against African tribes and Southeast Asian kingdoms, not against pure military powers in Europe.
Excuse me. Have you seen this man?
I'll talk to you later. I'll grab the side quest later. Here we go. Where are we going? Over here. Yeah, no, I like the fire sword on this. Fire sword, fire egg. If only my armor could be more on fire, but nah, I'd have to pay money for that, so fuck it.
If you could do it alone, it would have been done.
Willpower, armor, sigil of summons, which I don't really use. I'd rather have healing. Willpower, max life, maximum resistance. That's good. And willpower, max life is slightly lower. Resource cost reduction. Sure. What's up, everybody?
I will.
Speaking for World War I, did you see Blackadder 4? No, I have not seen Blackadder. I've heard very high praise for the series.
Finally got his head on straight, but the Soul Stone is our only weapon against Lilith. I will leave nothing to chance.
The fever has broken, at least. Now it's just my
Blackadder, amazing. The ending is especially poignant. Definitely something I need to watch if I can ever find the time for any of it.
Promises it will get better. Hard to believe at the moment.
See, I do like this when we have the whole squad together. Like, the actual character interactions here are nice. They're not too much, but they're nice that Diablo actually wrote them in. Or that Blizzard actually wrote them in.
I decided to see for myself.
You ready?
Speaking for myself. Yes, I believe I am. Ready to attune the Soul Stone, at least. As for what comes after, capturing Lilith, keeping her bound in the stone, we know how that's gone in the past.
Yeah. Not exactly the most sterling of track records.
Now. Not to the prophecy, Inarius, or anyone else.
All right, let's get going.
Something is wrong here.
Nothing right about this place. Let's do this quickly.
Does your demon do anyway? So far it looks like you're just dragging it around. Oh, it's mainly a passive buff. Passive buff, Valak increases your maximum overpower rank by 4, maximum wrath by 40. When you command Valak, when I use it, it siphons power to overfill your power by an additional 2 and increase wrath regeneration by 255% for 6 seconds. So it allows me to spam out my health fractures even faster, basically. It's a nice default because you do have multiple choices. Where is this shit? You have 4 major demons that you can choose from, each with their own abilities, and then you also get a choice of 3 subset abilities down here. Nah. Unfortunately, the other 2 don't really fit very well with this build. This one might, if I can get it to work, but yeah, they consume additional life per stack of volatility, which is, I'm never a big fan of purposely kneecapping my health. It's a mobile battery. Basically, occasionally when you summon him, he goes on about like, why, no more, please. And it's like, okay, well, sucks to be you, demon. You get a taste of all the bullshit you've inflicted on people. Also, actually, if you're, if an enemy aggroes close to you, they have a chance of just attacking him instead of me, which occasionally can help draw fire when there's a lot of ranged enemies, which is nice.
Right. We will inscribe the 6 sigils of Dendus in order, then
follow with the 2nd and 4th reversed.
Oh, it's nice to see you agree on something.
Focus. Let us begin.
Lorith, you gotta learn to take a joke.
Creation dan tenis beri dis tom hiklimon.
There. Do you feel that?
What is it, witch?
Someone is coming. It's Elias.
He's here. We have to...
Lorith, don't you dare leave!
I'll kill him myself.
I was about to say, Thaisa wants to kill him anyways, so... game. Nope. Okay, follow Thaisa. There we go. But yeah, Warlock basically serves as a mobile battery. You saw this. The other ones, some of them have combat abilities, some of them have like debuff abilities, but Warlock is basically just a battery. He's basically just a battery. Oh, there we go.
The tree demands that you pay. And so do I.
What's up, Elias?
I will set your tree.
I was trying to see if I could actually see if his finger's missing, and it kind of looked like it was on his hand, but I couldn't tell.
I owe no one but the mother.
There we go. That was easy.
How many
I can't see his hand quite.
Before you learn?
Is it his pinky on the right arm? I think it is, because I think I only see 3 fingers there.
I have been to the deepest chambers of the sunken temple, Elias.
I wish it had kept my helmet in this scene. Yeah, I do like this. Elias realizes what you said, and he's like, oh no, okay, so it is, okay, it's on his left hand. It's the end of his left hand. Okay. He's just like, fuck. Oh, that's loud. God damn. Yeah, see, now it puts my helmet back on. That was unnecessarily loud. Wow. Thank you for the upgrades. Anything good? Willpower, max life, movement speed, and physical resistance. You gain additional lucky hit chance against elite enemies, which is... It's not even that much of an upgrade, honestly. Two-handed mace, two-handed mace, two-handed sword, rare amulet... More life regeneration, more movement speed. You know what? I'll take it. Oh, thank God. We have like 50% movement speed and it's already feeling a lot better. But yeah, I do appreciate that. You tell Elias to his face, like, yeah, I destroyed your phylactery. He's just like, oh, fuck. Bail. Bail. Like, I appreciate that there's not even... He doesn't even, like... deny it. He doesn't like try to be like, no, there's no way, no fool like you. He's like, oh shit, if they know about the temple, then of course they went there. Fuck, I'm screwed.
I am here.
Yeah, hi Thaisa. You ready to go?
I lost him in the tunnels, but the swamp has him now. Haradrim, we were about to finish without you.
He's still alive. Where is he?
He doesn't underestimate Loreth, and you've been capable so far. Yeah, no, like he realizes like, oh shit, that's not good. But it's nice. Like, there's too many villains, especially in games like this, where they'll do the whole, no, there's no way you could have done that. It's like, dude, I've been thwarting your plans for like 30 hours now. Elias just takes, he just hears you say it, is just like, yep, that's not good. Splat. Splat. There he is. Yeah, it is his left hand. You can, so he only cut off like the last 2 digits from the looks of it, not the whole finger, because he's got it like capped with like a ring or something.
Thaisa, I need to speak with him.
Then do so, Haradrim.
He's like, I don't really care as long as he dies.
Oh, Elias. Was all this worth it then?
I might play this in a moment. Scorpion, welcome. Good to see you in the YouTube chat, man.
To sanctuary, a thing no one thought possible. And when hell rises to sweep across this world, I should be there beside her, ready to push it back. You left me alone to cross the lines you would dare not attempt, and you have nothing to show for it. You are nothing but a wasted life. Do not look to forgive me, old man, because it is you who brought us here. Was it worth it? That is a coward's question, Lorath. It suits you.
Yeah, like... Am I the only one who does think Elias is spitting a few facts here? Spare. He's just like, just kill me.
Your own free will. You swore an oath to
He's
the
not
tree
wrong,
of
yeah.
whispers.
Yeah.
This is not the life I deserve.
The tree does not forget oaths, and it does not forgive deaths.
I do like that she literally, like, I want to watch the life drain from his eyes. Like, just holding his head in place while he bleeds to death. It's one of my annoyances in Legion, the High Mountain Bloodhoof Fellhoof tribe. They turn evil and fall to demons and you need to slaughter them. And the leader at the end, you are a weakling, you can't stop me. I mean, at least that's a tiny bit understandable because the Fell fucks with your head. It does give you a sense of invincibility. Like, there's at least that as a quasi-explanation, Tenwin. But yeah, it does happen a little too much in Blizzard games especially. At least with the Fell, there's an attempt at an explanation. Not a good one, but it's there. He's not wrong. No, he's not 90. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, Loreth, I get why you and Donan gave up, but you guys were literally the last of Haradrim, handpicked by Tyrael. You guys needed to actually, you know, expand the organization and actually get to work. I don't think Tyrael expected both of you to just give up and retire.
I know the weight of your reasons, but Lilith remains your concern. Mine lies elsewhere.
This is farewell, then. And thank you for the tea.
Take care of yourself, Donan.
She called me by my name. Loreth won't believe. Where is he?
I've not seen him since Elias spent his last words calling him a coward.
And to prove his courage, he what?
That's one of those things that confuses you a bit. Guys, try and fix this. Get more Haradrim. Train more. You can't leave the world without protection on this level. Yeah, like, I get as well that it would have been a bit awkward because I'm imagining, given the timeline, Tyrael disappeared and then Inarius would have come back probably not long after that, founded the cathedral, and started fucking with everything. So I get that they'd probably be in a case of, well, we probably want to avoid that because knowing Inarius, he's going to see us as a threat just for existing. But disappearing into the mountains and running off to Skoskalin, respectively, between the two of them, is not a good idea. Oh, right, and now Loreth is about to do something that may or may not, because we still don't have a confirmation story-wise. Are you fucking... Be gone. Thank you.
Lilith has been 2 steps ahead of us for far too long. The tree knew where to find her. I asked. Its answer was worth the price.
Worth the price? You owe the tree your head. The day you die, you'll be taken to hang here with the others.
And what?
When low-level no threat mobs keep interrupting you, you literally are unable to kill me, but stopping me from mounting up is making me want to curse your soul.
While we stand here in the
basic enemies being a bitch.
on her way to absorb Mephisto's power. She has found a gateway to hell, and she approaches with the key.
Where is the gate, brother?
Under Chaldeum.
Surely there will be some resistance.
None. The fools welcomed her in. It is up to us to stop her and imprison her in the Soulstone. This is all that matters.
And if Lilith has already passed through the gate?
Well, we'll get to hell. I don't know if we'll get through all of the hell section.
I will do everything in my power to get us there.
Why is the gate to hell underneath Chaldean? Seems random. The implication I always got was it was the original portal that Belial used to enter Chaldeum during the events of Diablo 3. And because it was ripped open by a lesser evil, it could be closed, but not, like, sealed and destroyed. It would also explain where Belial was able to pull in all of his demonic legions when he was fighting the heroes in 3 as well. Would probably make things a lot easier for him to just have access to a portal that he could just use.
Strange thing. Knowing where you'll go when you die.
The delightfully creepy tree of whispers.
One less damn mystery to worry about, at least. Did I make the right choice? I did what I had to. We needed answers and we got them. Lilith was poised to storm the very gates of hell. Astaroth and the deal, Rathma and the key, it had all been leading to this. But what we didn't know was that while we were lost in the swamp, Inarius and the Cathedral were launching a campaign to strike at Lilith. Their battle would leave the world a wasteland. And whoever won would show no mercy to what was left. Our only hope was to reach Lilith before Inarius. But we couldn't have predicted what happened next.
I do think this means we'll be able to see what is possibly one of the best cutscenes in the game once we get to the hell area. What do I have? Yep, just keep increasing damage. Thank you. Isn't there a merchant over here? Yes. Go ahead and break all that down for me, if you would, please. I want to do... Where's those... It's not really...
Another time, then.
Don't suppose... Curiosities. Do I have any? No, I don't really have any. And occultist. What do I have? Crowd control enemies, give damage reduction. Immunity bubble. Aspect of calamity. Hex increases your critical strike chance against an enemy by 15% per stack, which is nice. Movement speed increase per summon. Ugh. Eviscerated enemies. Thorns don't matter. 50% increased crowd control duration. Yeah. Immolation. See, that requires volatility and demon form, and I'm not using demon form on this volatility build. So, spoopy tree. Yeah. The only real one that's good is aspect of calamity. You know what? Throw that on my sword. I get that? Yes. Do that. Thank you. Alright. Now, meet with the Horadrim in... where? Ah, there we go. At least that way, because the other advantage is I'm pretty sure I have the ability that makes it so that Hex applies all of its stacks right away. Yes, Hex is applied with maximum stacks for 15 seconds. So now that means that's a 45% critical hit chance added on to my
I want eyes on the road waste, sentries at the walls. The sinners will come running. Let none through.
This whole place is going to hell quite quick. Hey, Narelle.
Lorath and Donan have gone to Chaldeum. The knights march on the city. They felt it best to follow. But I wanted to wait for you. Can I ask you something?
Nice horse, he has healthy teeth. I think I went with like the demon undead horse or whatever because I thought it fit for a warlock.
Do you ever feel like nothing you do matters?
You know, I started all this trying to master my own demons. But the harder I fight, the more come around. Now it's all I know. I try, yet my best isn't enough. Not for Yorin, nor your mother.
Does it get any easier?
I don't remember any of the other classes mentioning Yorin.
A good ally.
In that case.
Thank you.
You should choose better wording. I know what you are.
Honest. It helps.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, Nyrel. Please ignore the demon that's following me around. I have no idea why. Are you ready?
As ready as I can be. But I'm afraid of what we'll find. The cathedral's out for blood. They're not here to save anyone.
To be fair, the people of Chaldeum let Lilith in with open arms, so you know, I'm... Like, yes, the people caught in the crossfire who didn't want her to come in, that is a problem. But there's a lot of people in that city who just let her in.
To what Lilith said. It's not about her. She's making things worse too. It's just the idea that if the world doesn't change, we'll always be stuck between greater forces that don't care about us.
This is my personal nightlight.
I don't know. I guess I'm just having doubts.
It just occurred to me, the Warlock in this game is very Iron Warrior coded. Summons demons, uses them as a battery. Perturabo would be pleased. iron within, iron without, brothers.
Donan has it. But their plan still strikes me as misguided. Mephisto is reforming as we speak. If we use the stone on Lilith, we've nothing to fight her father. There must be a better way. It was only a matter of time. After Prava combed the mines, Inarius likely pieced together that Lilith had found the Hell Key. You should hear the Knights chant. They're as eager for hell as she is.
Alright, let's get a move on. We need to go to Caldeum. Over there. But yes, the genetically enhanced Templars. All their bullshit.
This, one of them. The demon dealers from Caldeum.
Serves him right.
Yeah, it's like, on the one hand, the church is being extreme. On the other, look at all the fucking Triune members that are apparently scattered all over the desert. It's not like they weren't wrong in a lot of cases. No, stop with your stupid bullshit. There we go. There we go. Admittedly, it is a nice touch that as you get closer to Caldeum, there's fewer Triune members being crucified and more regular people. Which is kind of telling you just how fucking far gone the church has become.
Blessed Akarat, thy light protect us.
Those suits of armor must be a pain in this climate. Oh, absolutely. You know it. I hate that guy. I hate that move. All it does is just turn off your ability to attack for a few seconds. It's just aggravation. Goodbye. This should lead us right up to where the Diablo 3 base is, if I remember correctly.
I heard her praying. Just like us.
A hollow grab for redemption at the end of a blade.
Wait.
A sinner's prayer never reaches the light. To work, recruit.
And also from the sound of it, Inarius grabbed all of the church's military forces, including even ones that probably were not ready to literally fight
How many cultists
hell.
have they killed? How many innocents?
Unfortunately, at this point, I don't think Inarius cares. To be fair, neither does... Actually, now that I think about it, Inarius never really cared to begin with. Prava, though. Prava is at the point where she doesn't care. She is literally seeing a portal to hell open in front of one of the largest cities in all of the world, and yeah.
We're running out of time.
Just a bit longer and it'll all be over. Slow down. You die now, you're stuck on the tree with Elias for eternity. Nobody wants that.
The personal pizza oven, and you are the pizza. Kaboom. Dead demon brute bearing wounds from Lorith's polearm.
Tears of blood rained on a desert jewel. So speaks the prophecy. We are witnessing cosmic history being made.
Lorath?
I don't know, but he should be here. It's his army on crusade.
All right, guess we're ready.
At last, the Knights are sacking the place.
Is Lilith here?
Yes. Just as the tree said. The rain, the Hellspawn, all spew from the Hellgate underneath the city palace. She's opened the way. If she consumes her father's essence,
a dose of
sanctuary is
iron.
lost. We can't let that happen.
I mean, it would be funny if the Warlock of all classes got like a power boost while standing in this area in the Blood Rain. Like, the latent demonic energies of the Blood Rain have infused your spells or something. Like, just, it never happens again. It never happens in any other area. It has no other explanation, but it would be kind of funny if they had just done that.
These corpses, displayed so proudly. There's nothing of the light in this.
All of you!
Example.
Sinners they may be, but cultists they are not. They will face judgment in due time.
I do also like that they actually do show the knights actually, you know, being knights here, actually doing a job. Unfortunately, they've also killed a lot of innocent people, so we're gonna be dealing with that. But yes, I do believe we're gonna get the best cutscene in the game pretty much coming up here shortly.
Inarius.
Yep.
He's here, in the city.
Damn it. He's still the best shot as an ally we have.
I don't remember it making that much noise the last time I went through here, but apparently it does. Inarius, turn off the subwoofer.
The sign we've waited for. Call the witch.
Oh, right. You dumbasses actually think this is a good idea.
You hear that? They mentioned the Lord of Hatred.
Mephisto.
What? That can't be. Elias owned this cult, and Lilith owned him.
Except these cultists are a bit deranged, and they're willing to go with any demon willing to destroy Sanctuary. Guess who's the bigger demon? Soon to be, at least. It's gonna be Mephisto. Also, the Triune was originally created, I believe, by Mephisto with the assistance of Diablo, purposely to subvert humanity on Sanctuary. So, not really that surprising that they return to their roots the moment he starts showing an interest in the world again. Blood Rain should not carry the ill assistance. It's not from a person, so you never know.
The time of prophecy has come, knights. Lilith flees to the gate to hell. I will slay her in that cesspit she calls home, and open the way to the heavens. All is as fate decreed. A spear of light, piercing hatred's heart. You who die in battle today, die heaven-bound. Rally the troops at the palace. We march on hell.
And after that, your plan?
The Horadrim. Always chasing after the battles of your betters. The angels don't need you.
I love how he says angels plural, as if he still believes that the angelic host has any damn about what he's doing down here.
We don't need the bloody angels either.
Yeah, brilliant idea. Brilliant idea, guys.
The hubris. You boast of a mere fragment of what this once was. The World Stone. Debased in the hands of fools. Lilith dies by my blade. Prophecy has foretold it.
And off he goes. I do love how while he's talking, Lorith turns to Donan after Donan had the Soul Stone yanked from him, and Donan's shrugging like, what did you expect me to do? I'm old and out of shape, and he yoinked at it with all of his fucking strength. If he kills Liv, wouldn't she just reform? Supposedly, yes. Which begs the question why Inarius thought this was a good idea.
Changes nothing.
And the thing is, the angels know this because the Angiras Council had Diablo in a similar situation. They had cornered Diablo, beaten him down, gotten him cornered, and both the all the archangels were already in agreement that they were going to imprison Diablo rather than kill him, because killing him just means he would reform in hell. If they imprisoned him, however, and since the angels can imprison him without having to worry about the corruption angle, it would be near permanent. That was actually going to work. And Diablo had to goad Imperius into killing him to prevent that plan from going off, because it would have actually fucked with his plans. So Inarius knows this. He's high enough ranking that he would know this, but he still thinks this is the right call because he's an idiot. He's also blinded by thousands of years of hate and torture, and convinced that this will get him back into heaven, even though nobody has said that.
How can you say this changes nothing? Our one potential ally just ran off with our one weapon. What's your plan now?
To stop Lilith and damn the cost. Inarius is mad with pride. We can't rely on him.
Why were you just standing next to this person getting eaten alive, buddy?
Against Lilith.
Me?
You bested Astaroth and Andariel both. If we can't find that stone, you might be our next best weapon.
Kind of the only option. And to be fair, Lorith and Donan, of all people, would be familiar with the events of Diablo 1, 2, and 3, given that they were trained by Tyrael. They probably would be the only people to be like, hey, random adventurers have done crazier shit. You never know. How do you kill something immortal? That is in Pathfinder tears me about the Anko. These things are Fey assassins. Fey are immortal. They just get back up later, get the Anko, kill them so hard that they stay dead. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually know that about the Anko in Pathfinder. I remember fighting them in Kingmaker. They were annoying as hell. Everything's gonna explode. That's what I'm here to do. Ah! Son of a bitch. Alright. His name is Vor Masochist, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought it just said Violent Masochist. I was like, okay. Didn't realize the demon's name could be that on the nose. Oh. Hey, Prava. Sup?
Donan, you've come back to us. And not alone. Blessed be the light. The Father will deliver us. Together.
He seized our soul stone.
His is the will of the light.
You still believe that?
So you're about to kill a Fae, you have to make them not want to get back up, usually by torturing them every time they reform. That's supposedly what the Anko do. Ah, that would make sense.
At least.
Basically, you have to get them to commit die. Self-ult of 4.
Stand down, brethren.
Oh, right. I forgot about her just casually insulting his son here.
Sin reaps consequence. I have faith the Father acted righteously.
We want to stop Lilith. Same as you.
Unbelievable.
Inarius awaits us at the mouth to hell.
Like, I still got to admit, the cathedral's drip is immaculate. Like, even Prava, who just has, like, the whole sackcloth robe thing, the fact that she's just surrounded by the knights is just, it's such a good aura. Such a good aura.
Unnecessary. The Father will handle Lilith.
But your army, your people, they need help.
What?
As do we. We'll move faster together.
When Lorith is being the diplomatic one.
The voice of reason. Rare pleasure. Very well. You may accompany us to the gate. Hark, knights! The day of prophecy is upon us! The Father will slay Lilith in hell!
In theory, yes, power-wise he can. The issue is he's just not mentally there. He's not mentally there, he's not thinking properly, and he thinks that he's destined to win thanks to the prophecy, which is going to cause him to make, well, as we will see, a giant fuck-ass mistake. Oh god, right, the escort section. I can't just move ahead of the group and kill the demons. No, I have to stand here and talk. Like, see what I mean? Like, the image of the priest in the sackcloth robe with an escort of knights just around her is they do hit that just right in terms of, like, the imagery. It's just a shame it's Prava. Hello, cultists. Goodbye, cultists. Yep, keep moving. Keep moving. Also, I appreciate that you don't see many military organizations, especially in fantasy, using spears as their primary weapon, despite the fact that spears historically are the weapon of military organizations for the most part. Yes, the sword is the symbol of office or of nobility, but the spear is the actual weapon that does the killing.
Go. We'll handle things here.
Friggin' faster, be walking slower. Yeah. Like, I appreciate that they actually give the spear some proper love, shall we say. It's just a shame that video games never allow the player character to do it very well. I think the last game that had spears used properly was fucking Morrowind. Thanks. Hello, Miss Flareburst. You are dead. Goodbye. Over to the other side. Pillars of Eternity. Pillars is pretty good. But they don't really, like, they have spears, Tenwin, but the weapon choices in Pillars are kind of just... It's mainly just stats and preferences. There's no mechanical difference. It's not like you're fighting in formation with a bunch of other people using spears. Like, I get partially why. It's because the spear does not lend itself to one-on-one combat in a lot of depictions, despite the fact that it was used quite a lot there too. You can look at Japanese artwork and stuff like that. The spear was a very common weapon among the samurai class, not just in the battlefield, but in duels. Yes, everyone thinks of the katana, and it is the most famous, but the spear was used quite liberally in those environments as well. Ooh, thank you. That. Like, Pillars has spears, but it's not... I don't know. I get why they... Please tell me the game did not just break. There we go. Spears and axes are actually better than swords in what they do, but swords are hard and expensive to make, so the ones that money wanted swords because the normal citizens could afford one. I would also say that swords in general have the highest skill ceiling, but that also means there's very few people who can get that high. I think it was Musashi himself who said, like, if in order for a sword wielder to beat a spear wielder, the sword wielder needs to be twice as skilled on average, because the spear is just an easier to use weapon in the hands of the vast majority of those who use it. He wasn't saying that a sword user can't beat a spear user, but that they have to put in more effort for it.
Be ready for what lies beyond.
Axes aren't necessarily better, but they are more practical, and people intrinsically know how to use an axe easier than they do a sword. Axes require way less training than swords do, for the most part. Even advanced techniques with axes, like catching enemies' weapons and stuff like that, are easier to do and easier to understand because of the shape of the axe. Now, admittedly, that is with one-handed axes. Once you get into the Dane axe and things like that, great axes, that's where things get a little more iffy, because properly wielding a two-handed axe, much like a polearm, is a slightly more specialized set of skills.
Hold our position.
Laura, a word, please. We can't trust her.
No shit, Donan.
Yes, but they've an army, and we share a goal.
For now.
Exactly.
Above the gate. Looks like a winch. I'll handle it.
The way he sounded that sounded like wench. It's like, my warlock dude, we need to open the gate, not find a way for you to lay some pipe. But yes, there's a reason that swords are the nobility choice, or the high skill choice. Not because the person who's using it is high skill, but because it requires high skill to get the most use out of it. And taking them is also a factor in war. If your axe or spear gets damaged, put it in a new piece of wood. If your sword gets damaged, you better hope there's a fort. Yes.
The chain's gone slack. It must have snapped.
Oh, hi!
I need to find another way to the palace.
All of you need to see, this is what I'm talking about, Dave. Drop 1,000 enemies on top of me while I use this. Thank you. Oh, that's so much more satisfying. Just kill everything all at once. Goodbye. We could probably get more into the discussion about swords and axes when I finally get around to playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. I love how I originally thought that was definitely going to be a game I played this year, and I've just been, in my mind, putting it further and further back because there's just too much shit I need to play. Why are these flies for? Oh, I was like, why do these flies have so much health? Oh, they're the minions for a ball, for an elite mob. Hello? Oh, I'm in the fucking stuff. There we go. There we go.
These corpses died in agony, fed upon by maggots. Demons of pain.
Throw this out. There we go. All right, doesn't Duriel show up at some point in this? I don't remember where. But yeah. And I mean, to get back to your maintenance point, Isalis, there's a reason that the Romans are among the only military in history that issued swords as a standard issue weapon. And it's because they actually had the logistics system and the infrastructure to support having swords as a mainline weapon. And even then, that only lasted for about 3.5 centuries. Once the Empire started to disintegrate and the heavy infantry style of the legions became less of an effective deterrent against outside enemies, they went back to using spears. Ah, yes, please funnel yourself all into a tiny space so that I can blow you all up more efficiently. Thank you.
This has to be the lair. Could it be his?
Oh, cool. The Warlock actually is guessing who we're about to fight. That's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. Of course the Warlock would know, like, oh, demons of anguish, or demons of pain, lots of demons of pain, shit tons of demons of pain. Oh, fuck, I know who's here. Actually, give me a second. Go ahead and run that ad for me, Twitch, so I can go use the restroom and re-top off my water a little bit. All right, I'll be right back, folks. All right, I'm back. Got a little snack. A couple of slices of pepperoni with some hot sauce. Nice little treat. Personal favorite ranged weapons would be pole arms like the naginatas and spears with sword blades. Nope, and that makes sense because they're basically combining the two. A lot of bladed pole arms basically have all the advantages of a sword in terms of high skill ceiling, being able to pull off various maneuvers with it. You still have to have someone of high skill using it, but then you also have the advantages of the spear. Longer reach, ability to be used in formations, all that kind of thing. They are kind of the ultimate combination, and there's a reason that as you look towards the end of, say, the Sengoku Jidai in Japan, or the end of the Warring States period in China, or the end of, shall we say, the late high medieval period in Europe, most heavy infantry, knights and professional infantry alike, or warrior elites and, you know, professional soldiers alike, are using some form of bladed polearm, or blunt polearm in some cases as well. Long, what is it? The Lucerne hammer, for example, out of Switzerland. The halberd, the glaive, the naginata in Japanese warfare. You see them a lot more in those cases because you're dealing with a weapon that combines a lot of the skill advantages that having a sword offers, but combines it with the baseline just advantage of reach and distance that most polearms require, or that allow, I should say. Unfortunately, most of those weapons did not have very long at the very top because it was not long after that that firearms got introduced and the entire sort of meta of melee kind of went out the window.
What was that?
Yeah, here he comes.
It's him.
Yep.
The Lord of Pain.
What's up, Duriel? And much like in the second game, he appears out of nowhere for no reason. Ow. What's that? Nope. Fire. Ow, God. I wasn't able to kill him before he went to a phase transition. Ow. Stop that. I said stop that. There we go. Please explode, Duriel.
So, that was Duriel. Yet another lesser. Cast back into the pit.
Okay, the Warlock actually is...
At the palace
I like
now.
that the Warlock is a little cocky with that. That's pretty nice. Alright, what is this? Damaging enemy with a basic skill grants you 4% attack speed for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Upon reaching maximum stack, enter a vampiric blood rage, gaining additional skill damage and 15% movement speed. Not the worst. Yeah, not the worst. We'll go with that. Duriel being Duriel, slightly less of a jobber than a Dariel, but mostly just because he actually broke your back over his knee in Diablo 2. Yes. Admittedly, even the lore admits that Duriel is powerful, but he's also quite literally borderline mindless. He's a pain in the behind. He is literally meant to be, yes. All right, we've got less than an hour. Let's see if we can get most of hell wrapped up, if not all of it.
You should have kept your temper with Prava.
I know. But you shouldn't have thrown away the stone, either.
Sup, boys? We ready to go invade hell?
We have a heading. Mephisto shelters in the Cathedral of Hatred. Across the Sea of Fire, Astaroth's domain. I'd wager that's why Lilith freed him in Skosglen. That's where we'll find her.
And what then? We don't have the stone.
We'll figure it out.
Enough, Donan.
We don't have much of a choice.
It's up to me to stop her, right?
That. Let's go, people. We've got a job to do. Ooh, hold on. Let me take a look at some of these items we picked up. Willpower, Wrath Regeneration, Shadow Resistant. I'd rather have the 2 slots in Doom. Maximum life damage over time multiplier, fire damage. Let's swap that one. No. No. Life regeneration just isn't worth it, and the all resistance isn't high enough to make up for the fact that I get the additional damage on elites. Not yet, at least. Don't need those. That. Additional damage, maximum life, do that. Oh, right, I lose the Hex ability there. God, I hate that. Okay, well, fine. Whoop-de-doo. Let's keep moving. Much further.
You've been hounding me about this and that non-stop. Can you drop it for once?
It's not about me hounding you. It's...
Enough! You're both so smart, usually.
Usually?
Not today. Yes, the stone is gone. Instead of arguing, let's do something about it. If Inarius has it, let's take it back.
It is the only way to guarantee Lilith's defeat.
Yep.
No, not Lilith. You're all wrong about that. The stone should be saved for Mephisto, her maker, the prime evil. You know his
Did they add this? I don't remember her making this argument
His
here.
hatred has already poisoned us. Even Lilith fears him. Why don't you?
Are you done?
I am now. Think on what I've said, all right?
I mean, it is a case of Nyrelle not being raw. Like, she's completely right here. It's just that, as we will see, we're gonna, as I said, we'll get to the expansion and I will rant on Nyrelle because I do think she's a well-written character. It's just that she is going to make the same mistake that we have already seen 3 times in these games, and it's getting a little old that people think it's gonna change. Villager, slain Zachary Priest. Ride to the Triune. Down and down into the deeps. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Have you watched the intro to Lord of Hatred? No, I have not. I have not seen the. I'm assuming it will play when we get to the to the expansion, like it does with the first expansion, right? Yeah, no spoilers. Thank you. Wow, 2 bots in a row getting banned. Get fucked. You guys can't see it, but I can see it in the chat log. Thankfully, my own bots are fighting them. Good Siri bot.
I can sense your fear, Father.
No, that's not mine. Diablo was by earlier. You really should say hi to your uncle. AI Wars in chat. It's kind of curious for all the bladder. Yeah. Da 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 da. Why are these cutscenes so much louder than the others? I think it's just the sounds. Like, for some reason, they boosted the music in this really loud. Lilith, how's my knees? No, if Balt did that, he would say that while running up and slugging her in the face, because he is the Lord of Destruction, after all. Dun dun dun.
Well, what did you see?
What do you think? Lilith walked in the doors. We're kind of running out of time here.
Whether we use you or the stone, we have to stop her. We follow her into hatred itself. It will sour our hearts even more.
I have a hard time imagining any of the evils being family people. They're not. They're not. They're really not. Mephisto is the only one of them that has created children, and it's implied he still hates them just as he hates all of creation. And they in turn hate him because they are made from the pure hatred of his form. Like, yeah, no, they're not. They're just not. Diablo straight up possesses his daughter in Diablo 3 and burns her soul for eternity in hell. Like, they're not. Zero consideration. Welcome to hell. Diablo might use family to manipulate, but it wouldn't be genuine. Yes. That is literally what he told Adira to do in the third game.
Were not meant to tread this realm.
The sooner we can find Lilith and get out, the better.
Hey, Valak, you feeling a little bit better now that you're down in hell? Oh, wait, you're still tied, you're still all chained up. Get fucked. Ooh, blue item. Don't care. Grab these. Hello, everybody. Don't mind me. Just blowing you all up. Everything must explode. Okay, that was a lag spike. Holy shit. Game, mind letting me move? There we go. Goodbye. Everyone must die. You, and you. Stop at my place real quick. I didn't turn off the stove. He hated his kids. Maybe he should have kept it in his pants. Well, that's the thing, Kataka. We don't actually know how Mephisto created Lilith and her brother. We don't, actually. And in fact, I think in the books it's implied even the other primevals don't know how Mephisto did it. And they don't quite understand either, because, as I said, Mephisto hates them just as much as he hates everything else, so I think at one point even Diablo wonders, like, what was the fucking point if you just don't care about them at all anyways? I think I did not turn on my... Yeah, that would be this kind of place, wouldn't it? All of you need to burn. How is he burning us with hellfire? We're in hell! Ah! Yeah, get fucked. Where are we going again? Oh, right, we gotta go all the way... What am I being attacked? No. There we go. Oh, it doesn't even show the line. I just wanted to find the fastest route through this place.
Looks like the rear guard was ambushed. The others must have
game? Do you mind letting me move? I hate this. I don't know why it does it. It just bugs out. If you get too close to an enemy model, it just shuts down your ability to move or attack. You have to use your evade to get away from it. It's stupid. I should be able to attack at point blank range, game. Piece of shit. me that. There we go. All of you must die. I love how I can see there's enemies over there in the corner. Like, I know you guys are over there. I know you're gonna come over here and try to fight me. All that. Spawn of the damned, spawn of the damned. All of you must die. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's more elites over here, isn't there? Yeah, more of them. All right, pop it all. Shaman, you're succubus. There we go. Give me your items. I really don't understand why they make it so you have to pick up gems by hand. Because they show up as white items, which means I know I've missed some over the years playing this game. They should just make it so that the gems and the glyphs get picked up automatically by your pet, like the way that gold and materials do. I do not understand why they don't do that. Alright, slow them all down. Okay. Yoinked. I got yoinked. Gone. Oh, there's one left. Come on. Nope. Get away from the ice. There. Grab you and you. And I'm going to need to take a run back to town here shortly in order to get rid of all this. Oh, hi. You just hanging out here with your friends? All your friends. Jesus Christ. God, the Warlock is so cheap. And oh, dodge. See, I hate that move. Hate it. We should be coming up on the best cutscene in the entire fucking game. A little bit further. Oh yeah.
Keep us out, or to keep someone in.
We'll know soon. Stand back, and I'll dispel the flames. Tani Sabdaileki. Demons!
Don't worry.
Help us fight them off.
I once had this entire this area bug on me because it spawned enemies back here and it wouldn't let me hit them. I had to redo this whole area because of it. Ah! Enough with the poison. Come on, summon in the next set. Summon in the next set. There we go, game. There we go. A Q upgrade feature would help in the game. A Q upgrade. Like... what? Oh, like a more accurate, an easier way to tell if an item is actually an upgrade, because a lot of the times the numbers kind of lie, in especially Blizzard games. It's not as straightforward as just number go up. Sometimes you equip number go up and then all your numbers go down, because some interaction behind the scenes between your various abilities was not properly displayed.
They didn't stand a chance.
Fodder for a broken angel's ambitions. Keep moving.
I mean, the sad part is they actually tried, as we're about to see with the cutscene. Hello, Prava.
It's Prava.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I heard a boom from the game and thought it was something on my manure spreader. I may or may not have had a small heart attack. I can guarantee nothing. Kataka, I am so sorry, but you're the one listening to me while you work. You take full responsibility if anything you hear on here makes you think it's happening in real life. I need to get the knock sound effect to play every now and then, see what that happens. In the middle of battle, the moment you hit level up the chosen upgrade abilities. Oh yeah, I could see that. Game? Game? Okay, there we go. I thought it was broken again there for a moment.
The battle is not over. The father is hunting lilies.
Where is
In the
Inaris?
spire. across this inferno.
He isn't anymore. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If you haven't seen this cutscene, you'll see.
Salvation is coming.
And to be fair, she doesn't actually know what happened to him at this particular moment.
Not for you either. Brother. You're just a tool of someone who doesn't give a damn about any of us.
Now that much is true.
You had the stone the whole time we were helping you in Chaldean, didn't you?
Inarius entrusted it to me, and... Wait.
Wasn't Diablo 4 the one game where the item effects said something about the lines of 3% more damage to enemies who currently cook omelets after drinking it? Yeah, there's a few of those. Those weren't usually on items. Those were usually like certain class skills and certain passives in the old trees where it's like, if the enemy's suffering this condition, you'll deal additional damage. It's like, oh, cool. How can I get this condition? An ability way later in the tree that you'll never want to use.
Is she the only one? Remember why we're here. What we're fighting against.
There are a few legendary affixes that feel like that, though, where there's some where it's just like, oh, well, I could get this huge damage bonus if I did a fucking dance beforehand.
To numb the pain and get her moving. Drink up, Prava. If you're wise, you'll get back to Chaldeum while you still have a chance.
Is it not going to play the cutscene here? I don't remember if it plays the cutscene here. Speaking of which, bing. Yo, are you holding up?
I keep seeing myself standing over Lilith, stabbing her. I can't seem to push the thought away. The hatred here is trying to worm its way into my mind.
I think we're going to be just shy of actually finishing this area because we got to get through all this. I know there's a major slowdown here. There's a major slowdown here. We might not have enough time for this, which is going to be annoying.
Anger got the better of me there. My head's clear now, though. He was imprisoned here for millennia. He knows the terrain better than any of us.
He can also fly, so he doesn't have to worry about walking in all of this.
Yes, but keep your guard up. The cathedral is in shambles. We're on our own now. Stick together and find that spire Prava spoke of.
Yeah, I could have sworn it played the cutscene. Maybe it plays it when we get to the entrance to this area. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh well. Everything needs to explode. See what I mean? It blocks me from casting anything when it does that. You need to... No, where'd she go? There we go. Okay. Okay, you just need to go away. Goodbye. Where's that item? There it is. Grab that one. That ring. Those gloves. Come on. This attack. There we go. Oh, hi. I mean, you yoinked me right into the middle of you. What did you expect? While that attack was still going off. Oh, I guess all the other... Hold on, I have to go... I forgot, you have to actually stand near them, and if they get stuck on shit, they're gonna... Yep, they're still fighting people back here. God damn it, guys. Come on. Please try not to be useless without me. Oh, they're gonna make me go through set encounters with this, because the AI is gonna keep wandering into enemy packs that he easily could have bypassed. Okay, come on, Gabe. Now you're just taking the piss. There we go. There we go. And that leads us into another pack of enemies. We could have avoided this entire area by just turning right, guys. But no, y'all... Oh, okay, hold on. Son of a bitch. Be right back. This is the first time our inventory's been full in pretty much this whole game. I'm usually pretty meticulous about... Why am I suddenly having lag? Why am I suddenly having lag? Please go away, game. Please go away. 7-8... willpower, attack speed. I guess we'll take that one because it is an upgrade. That is... not... Sorry. Not really an upgrade. No, no. Okay. Break down the rest. A portal directly to hell in our marketplace. Yeah, don't be alarmed. I'm leaving. Bye-bye. Nah. Right, where'd they go? Where the fuck did they go? Okay, I don't defeat the ambushers in the building house. Did they jump all the way up to the front of the... Okay. Balrogs. I'm honestly surprised... Wait. They're actually called Balrogs in here? Did Blizzard actually pay the Tolkien estate in order to make it so that they could have Balrogs in hell? Oh, item. Credit. And you can scrap items for materials and crafting. Yep. Oh, hi, guys. Right. Yeah, no, you guys all ran ahead and bypassed all the enemies that you otherwise spent all your time fighting. That makes even less sense now. Hello, ma'am. I'm here to kill all your servants, and then you.
The balance of power in hell will be overturned.
I mean, yes, but not the way you think.
This is not over yet.
Hey, get back here.
I will draw out your suffering.
What's up, everybody? You're gold. All right, guys. Second barrier. Let's get this down.
Still remember the words.
Not sure if Balrog is protected still. Thought it was.
I'm the one who taught you that spell.
Game. There we go. We got like 30 minutes. Maybe we can get through this. Maybe. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be very tight.
More of this damn hellfire.
I'll clear the way.
I'm sure you will, Nyrel. Now get working on it. They at? Are they gonna spawn on this side or are they gonna spawn on this side?
Heed my call, Karoon. Strike down the enemies of Lilith.
The demon that destroyed the bridge. She's the one who's been hunting us.
Right.
Lilith still has some allies in hell.
Come on, people, let's move.
Let's find another route.
I would love to be able to finish this up, but the problem is there's also stuff that happens like right after the fight with Lilith, and I don't know if we'll have time for that. Oh well. Problems for later. About to say, isn't it going to spawn in enemies? Okay. Feed the demons. That's what we're doing. It's barely any of them. Come on, spawn to the damned, basically. These are fucking cannon fodder. You should have the time for it. You say that, but it seems like every time someone in my chat says you should have the time for that, we inevitably don't have the time for that.
Of hatred.
Take cover.
God. Just have 10 winners. Somebody else, for anyone who wasn't here, go back and watch my VOD of Disco Elysium and what happened on the last episode of that. Good lord, that was me in a panic trying to get shit done.
Under the barrier, quickly.
Yeah, I'm here.
This them on.
Blow her up. Ah. She's gonna do it again, isn't she? Yeah, I'm getting inside the barrier. I know.
This them on.
Down and explode. There we go. Yeah, no, the Disco Elysium was especially bad because I loved that game. I loved its story. I was having a blast getting through the end of it. And then I realized that we were running over time and I had to go to work, so.
You know, you're not half bad at taking charge, Dom. I can see why you were that big man in Skosglen.
Was that a compliment? Someone, write this down. Memorialize the moment.
Work sucks. Ah, but it's needed. Money needs for exchanging for goods and services.
There was that other time.
Oh yes, the ground is shifting.
Prepare yourselves.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Konnichiwa. Hello. Now that's a proper demon. The size of this thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, just distract him on the front. I got this. There we go. Also, can I just say, they need to do more of that. More bosses and even mini-bosses should have unique death animations where they just explode. That is an owlbear with rabies. That's a terrifying thought. Wouldn't that just be a dire owlbear then? Oh, speak to Laura. Is this where we get the cutscene?
Oh dear.
Lorath, are you...
Just catching my breath. I see the spire up ahead. Come on.
Like, I know it's here, unless they took it out with the DLC or with the expansion, but that would be stupid, right? Like, that wouldn't make any sense. There's no way they do that. Why am I even contemplating that? That would be retarded. Yeah, no, it's gotta be right, like, right when we go in. So.
Not far.
There we go. Open up the door. Oh, yeah, here it is, here it is, here it is.
Lilith was here. Those blood petals. Such hatred.
Here we go. Here we go. Time for a nice big ol' cutscene. I mean, as I said, you can't deny the drip. She's literally walking barefoot in hell, and she's not feeling it. And they're chanting a war hymn while she's marching. Prava is insane. Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But you cannot deny the aura here. Like, this is one of Blizzard's best cutscenes that I think they've ever made, honestly. It just hits perfectly for this. Is that it's almost what Wolf wanted, humanity invading hell. Yeah. True, but not for long. Yeah, I know. Yep. Literally innumerable hordes of demons.
Today we fight true in his holy name.
Just the sheer number. A single cataclysm cast worth of demons. I mean, yeah. I know.
Be the light.
Prava's insane Zelda to try sometimes and go, but what the fuck were they thinking? That they would survive this picnic? Well, kind of. At least some of them. Also, I love this. It's so impractical, but it makes a lot of sense for like a defensive formation against demons. Just bigger spears. Bigger, longer spears. Oh, there she is. Off he goes. I do like that Inarius doesn't even have to try. Like, he lands and they can't move. And he abandons the humans. Well, again, they thought that was the plan. Inarius goes off, kills Lilith, we win. I like how even Inarius was like, well, I was kind of hoping that would work. Splat. Rip. And then he proceeds to disembowel the demon. Like, you at least can see why he used to be one of Heaven's top warriors. Like, he's good at this. Also, using the wings as like an AoE attack, I love that. He's good at this. He's no Imperius, but he is good. I can't remember if he was a lieutenant under Tyrael or a lieutenant under Imperius, but he served one of them. I can't remember which. Very Batman. A little bit. Just using light instead of darkness.
Do you remember them, Inarius? The whispers of the damned.
Dude literally spent thousands of years down here. I think he does, and he doesn't like you reminding him.
So, the soldier returned.
I love how the souls of the damned in this stone move as the light changes.
No longer
like you can tell they're moving, or maybe it's just a really good option.
I left behind.
Deceived me.
I mean, at first, yes, she kind of did, but she was the one who tried to save you from yourself in the end. Like, the fact that they hold up at all here is honestly kind of impressive, given what we've seen of most humans in the Diablo universe.
What are you truly after?
My rightful place is in the heavens.
Is that why you seek to destroy all that we created?
Sanctuary is an abomination!
And our son.
I made it right.
And I'm pretty sure it's at that moment that, yeah, no, she's done with this. Because that was like the one thing she regretted that would have had to come to pass.
Did they rejoice? No. They do not want you.
See, I appreciate this. Yeah, no, they're still taking casualties, but they're actually fighting. Also, that scene, just a dozen of those super long spears just embedded in that guy.
See now, the work of your
Until the demons wait and diverse forms come into it. Templars and agony suits don't do much against a variety of demons. Yeah, no, it's only really good for fighting off the mainline forces, but once magic starts getting thrown in and once the demons start using more of their special abilities, yeah, no. But again, they weren't supposed to hold forever. They thought they were just holding until Inarius won, which was totally inevitable.
No. We made a choice. And that they can never forgive. No matter what you tell yourself, or who you sacrifice. Silence is their judgment.
She's acting quite well. Yeah, voice actress is nailing it here. She's also, yeah, she is playing up, the actual character is playing up her injuries.
Right.
And it's at this moment
would you have me do?
that Inarius realizes everything he did was for nothing.
Please! Tell me!
This is why you double tap. Yep.
The heavens do not speak to you anymore.
Heavens, protect me!
No, you belong in hell.
The fact she goes for his wings. Oh, that does sound like it would be painful as hell. Yeah, because see, for a split second, they think they've won here. Like, oh, the big light must be Anari's going to heaven, but then nothing else happens. And in an instant, morale is gone.
No!
I still don't know how she lived through that, though. Also, the fact that Inarius, like, melts into hell being surrounded by the damn souls. Oh, perfect choice. Artistically. Perfect choice.
What happened?
Yeah, Inarius is dead.
She tore off Inarius' wings. It was like she was toying with him.
Demons are just built different.
The
Literally, they are. Technically, angels are built different, too. They quite literally are.
Then the prophecy was wrong. A spear of light piercing hatred's heart.
Maybe not. Lilith is wounded too.
Now we have your average Imperial Guard against demons. Yeah, unfortunately.
We cannot stop.
All right, we might be able to get through this. We got 20 minutes, technically. Oh God, except I started like 5 minutes late, so shit. I swear to God, if my computer issues stop me from getting this done before I have to get going, I'm gonna be very annoyed. I'm gonna be very annoyed. Oh no, there's the whole thing with the sightless eye. No, we're not gonna have enough time. I can already tell we're not gonna have enough time. Nope, I can already tell we're not gonna have enough time. Quick save, can't. Tearing off his wings, I'm not sure if that's purely symbolic or if that actually does anything. Tyrael tearing off his wings was a choice and therefore had meaning. I doubt her tearing off his wings does anything, really. No, it was just painful. It was just the most painful way to kill him in that moment, I think, Tenwin. That's all she cared about. Looked less like she was tearing off his wings more than she was corrupting them. It was both. It's because the wings are basically pure light radiating off of the angel. By touching them, she is introducing essentially the matter of hell directly to the light. It wasn't so much corruption so much as it is like when anything like flesh or wood or anything like that comes in contact with something very, 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 very hot, the burnt ends immediately like congeal to whatever is hot. It's kind of like that. Various lifts his eyebrows and angel pierces the crystal arch. Huh. Yeah.
We must find Lilith. The only way to do that is to use the eye.
Yeah, we're not gonna have time. I completely forgot about this entire segment.
The last time the eye was used. I know it didn't end well.
Also, Donan, I don't even know why they decided to do this with Donan. I really don't.
That's what I thought.
Angels are amusing. Yeah, it wasn't corrupting. It was just, yeah, I don't know why they decided to do this. It was such a cop-out to just be like, oh, we need some additional emotional stakes here. Why they thought this was like Donan dying, because let's be honest, that's what's going to happen. I can kind of see it narratively, but the fact that it happened in this way is just kind of. Soul of the Pillar was implied to be a visual of his son, but yeah, I felt for it. Yeah, like then he should have said something like Yorin, or there should have been some kind of indication if that's the case, Tenwin. Like something. Just something.
Donan, you're bleeding.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
But, Lorith is right. The eye is the only advantage we have. The only way to find Lilith. There is no time to waste.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get through this in time, because this area, if I recall correctly, is fairly long. They basically had to throw one more mini dungeon at you before you could fight Lilith. Although we do get another cool cutscene with her and Astaroth.
Collect your safe passage to the Cathedral of Hatred. And you look less well than when I saw you last, I would not be so certain of victory.
Fulfill the promise you made to me.
Of course, daughter of hatred. With my gift, you will face your father. We all return home in the end.
The weird thing is, I think from some of the material they've released, Astaroth is a rare example of like a lawful evil demon in Diablo, because he actually keeps his word. Like, not just to her, but other people. He has to fulfill the bargain. I mean, did they really have a pact because he's just honorable?
What is this?
Supposedly he actually is just honorable. He's like, that's why he is Mephisto's guardian when Mephisto's reforming, because he's the only demon that Mephisto trusts to do so, I think is the implication. But that also means that by being a person of his word, or demon of this word, he has to abide by the deal he made with Lilith.
You could be Sanctuary's greatest protector. But only if you choose to.
Yeah, now we have to hold this area. Son of a bitch.
I will show you why the world has need of you.
Because I think in one of the seasons, Tenwin, Astaroth comes back as like a repeatable boss, and the dialogue lines there indicate that he actually has fun fighting. Like, he sees you as a challenge, and he likes fighting. It's not even a case of, ooh, I want to kill you or corrupt you or whatever. He genuinely just finds it entertaining that you're able to go up against him.
I have been a part of you.
So like, yeah, he's a surprisingly honorable demon.
Will be. I carry your hopes and fears. I gifted humans with free will, but they are lost without a shepherd to guide them. They flock to these theaters disguised as temples, where false saviors tell them fairy tales of good and evil.
Shameful. Our Father has granted you a path to salvation. And yet you stray from it at every opportunity.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is that that's not how Zakharum technically started. Zakharum was more Buddhist or early Christian philosophy. It's only after it formed a full-on church that we got that kind of shit.
The Haradrim know the truth.
Yes, but they are only keepers of knowledge. They cannot do what you do.
I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry.
Just get to Lilith. I have a chance. It makes no sound to draw some breath, his eyes seem to run. Yeah, hi, Nefane. I hope that's not your actual soul down here, because that would suck, dude. That would not be good.
It's so dark. I repented. Do you think I was too late?
Question, where's Prava? Oh, she left. We'll see her again later. She left. Again, don't know how she survived getting mobbed by Fallen.
My son was wiser than even the Haradrim. But it was not in his nature to be a shepherd either.
Why was he preaching to wolves? Those wolves had the names of the villagers who ended up killing him, so it's heavily implied that that was their true selves, basically.
He let it breed chaos.
I mean, he did found the Priest of Rothma to try and keep things on the down low.
They wanted
Was the snake thing your son? No, the snake thing was a representation of who Rothma learned his necromancy from, which is the serpent
They were
Bagul.
blind to the simple truth of it. We are prisoners of the eternal conflict, the pawns of angels and demons. It will always be a part of us. We must fight to survive. It was so human of Venarius to think the prophecy was all about him. Or perhaps your kind inherited that vanity from him.
I've got like 5 minutes. There's no way we have enough time. I'm probably gonna have to end. And because I'm stuck in here, I'm not gonna be able to do side quests tomorrow when I've got some time off to get more levels. God damn it. This could not have happened on a worst fucking time to end the stream. God damn it.
Elias thought I was the one to save Sanctuary. But he was wrong. A human must lead the flock of humans.
See, it's lines like that that makes me think she is at least somewhat serious about this whole thing, and not just using it to manipulate. Like, why would she say that?
No one's savior.
That's very fitting coming from the Warlock.
I think so. But look at your life. People see hope in you. Hatred, destruction, and terror are forever. We will always need to fight them. But we can turn the tide of the eternal conflict in our favor. It starts here, with Mephisto's destruction, and you will lead the battles to come. Simply take.
Now you see, there is a reverse side to this, which should be her telling you to kill Mephisto, but because she's not saying to just let the energy be dissipated means she still wants the energy, which could still imply that she's doing this for herself.
I will never take your hand.
Now that's a very Warlock response given what we saw in the quest. Because it's not just a matter of power for the Warlock. It's, no, I enslave demons, not the other way around. And the Warlock would see this deal as a form of enslavement. At least in my opinion.
I will keep you shackled here forever.
Hello, friend.
And there he is.
Need help.
You ever play the game Hellgate London? Way back in the day, I did. For a little bit. It did not enthrall me over much.
In the mountains. This is where Mephisto found me.
And now we have a second part of this area, because now Mephisto wants to talk to us. I'm probably gonna have to call it after this cutscene, which means we're gonna be having to redo some of this area on Sunday.
Keep helping me.
One of the playable classes warlocks became hard to even be able to fight them. Not surprised. That was like the occultist, the occultist, not cultist with a C, but occultist, OCC or whatever, something like that. Yeah, they were demonology experts.
That is all I want.
Doggo is friend. This doggo is not friend. This is bad doggo.
There will come a time when we are enemies. But like it or not, right now we need each other to defeat her. Look me.
And here's the other side of the thing. It's like Mephisto's being more honest than Lilith here, because Lilith still has like some areas where you could argue that she's doing this for herself. But Mephisto's just like, no, we're enemies. We're gonna fight. I'm going to try and kill you. You're going to try and kill me. I'm not hiding that.
My blessing will guide you. Tread without fear.
Diablo suddenly pops up. What you mean by that, brother? What do you mean, tread without fear? My whole thing is fear. Don't you dare be blessing him without my permission. Boing.
I thought I sensed that old wolf skulking around.
Everything is exploding.
Follow Mephisto, but not me. Are you gonna finish?
And she has a good point to bringing that up.
I only use demons. I don't follow any of them.
Ah, there we go. I like that line. I only use demons. Oh, that's a nice line given what we know about the Warlock. That was good. And And that sets the cultist apart from, or this sets the warlock apart from many of the cultists, because the cultists have no problem serving the primevals. But the warlock is saying, no, all you guys are is a cosmic power source for me.
The mother has...
I always love killing them in the middle of the monologue. The mother had boom. Goodbye.
You've thrown your life away for nothing. Mephisto's fate is already sealed.
I mean, you say that, but...
Nothing is settled yet. That's why you're still talking.
You ungrateful worm. I will bury you in this nightmare until you beck death.
I mean, can we at least get out of this zone before I get off? That would be nice.
Is the source.
Yep, leaving now. Thank you, Mephisto, for the help. Still gonna kill you later.
Take it and set yourself free.
Demon to Lilith. Now you know what I have to deal with every day. You better listen to him, Lilith. He's literally got me shackled here and he keeps poking me with a stick when he's bored. And Donan is dead. Okay, quest progress saved. That's gonna be the perfect time to ending. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining me. I gotta get going. Sorry about the delays at the beginning of stream. Diablo 4 will be back on Sunday, where we'll have a nice long 6-hour stream for that. So hopefully we should be able to get through not only everything left here, but a good chunk of the first expansion. He forces me to hold his beer. I would use the demon for so many mundane things. He would be driven insane. Help me, Laura. The Lilith's forcing me to do trig homework. No. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you again to Rogue for all the fucking gifts of, man. Thank you so much. Mech Warrior will be on Friday, as I have promised, and then it will be Diablo again on Sunday. It does look like we'll probably have Diablo wrapped up sometime either next week or very early in the week after that, and we will be moving on to the Metro series, and we will see where things take us from there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you on Friday. Have a glorious rest of your day, and I will see you then. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.